That mushroom's the size of a Cadillac! That mushroom's the size of a Cadillac!
Thank you!
Good luck.
Too much baggage.
Stone Corbel just subscribed for 7 months. 7.
Hey!
The bouncer.
All right, we're looking at houses. Hello, hi, house here. Hello, we're looking. Hi, how are you? Also, Corbel, thank you for the 7 months. Hi, everybody. I don't have shit to talk about, really. I mean, kind of do. I just kind of want to just get straight into houses for not really any good reason, really. Just kind of like, whatever. Are those actual doors? I don't know. Hang on. What am I? I think it's a big window. That's an old kitty. They're an asset I just haven't touched in a bit. It looks like that could have been a door with a porch, and they just boarded it up, maybe? I don't know, actually. Supposed to be a church? God comes in many shapes and forms, I think. Cryptid right away. Hang on. Did I miss a cryptid here? Let me see here. Did I miss one here? Somebody mentioned cryptid. Oh, hang on. Did I already do? Yeah, I already did the random. Just on the right? Hang on. I've got my windows shuffled weirdly. On the right. Am I doing a forest for the trees situation here? Maybe that's just crypt foggy? We are looking at the same picture, right? In the reflection? Which reflection? What am I missing? What am I missing? Left of the holy door. Hang on, I'm going to use a different zoom. Huh? I don't know. I think that's a window and we're seeing some stuff in there. Look, I know this is a place of the Lord, but I think you might be seeing Jesus' face inside of a piece of toast. Maybe. Would photographing a cryptid be cryptography? This is getting too deep for me. I'm still stuck on, is this a door or not? I'm looking at the trim of this, and there's also the windows. This was, actually, I'm noticing something here. These are all weirdly differently installed. They aren't the same height, they aren't the same design. Like, look at this, there's little cutoffs off here. Is this floor level? Curious. Well, anyway. Let's see. If there's a cryptid, it's not enough to convince me. I'll leave it at that.
Hi!
You see it? I don't see it. Is there even a window in the one on the left? Okay, they've got it. Okay, hang on. So this is covered? Everyone sees it but me, exactly. But I've got the button. It's covered off. Huh. There's another cross on this door. This is the porch over here. Curious. Huh. Okay, actually. Oh, okay. That's just a fragrance thing. Okay. Well, let me see. What else? So there's a door there. There's also... Interesting. So, is the perspective playing tricks on my eyes? Are the stairs actually just gone, or are we sitting at a strange angle? Because the colors, there's a slight filter on top of this, and it is mudding things a little. There's not a railing for sure. It's not going to change the redeem, but I'm kind of like, ooh. Just narrow. I see. Is that carpeted, actually? Is that carpeted stairs? Or is it just a very deep dye of wood? Aw. Strange carpeted stairs. Seems to be. They're doing something here. Actually, I wonder if there was even a plan here. This is the sheetrock. Huh. They still got the furniture here, though. That's weird. That's weird. Okay. Where is the railing? Wow. There we go. There we go. But is that a painted door at the top of those stairs? I think we're seeing...
Damn! What a mushroom!
That's wood. Is it a closed door? No, wait, no. Oh, okay, I see. No, actually, no, I don't see. I was thinking this is a hallway over here, but no, the door's on the left. It is wood paneling, but the perspective's...
That's not such a big mushroom.
Perspective's kind of fucking with me. Oh, okay, so no, this is the wall that we saw in the first picture. Okay. Well, it looks like this window was actually a DIY stained glass situation, I think. I respect the effort. Huh. Never seen much of a freestyle or a DIY approach to stained glass, but this is definitely it, I feel. It might just be painted, actually. Did they just paint the glass? I'm not sure. Okay. But also, they don't have any trim around these windows and the door. The thing is, there's still a shitload of furniture. I'm wondering if this is just how it's always been. I don't know. There's no tarps indicating they're in the middle of this stuff. Oh, what we got here? What is this? John 15:5. Michal? Hang on. That's the holiest Michael. Okay. I'm thinking there's also a bit of lens weirdness going on here. Big table stretch. Oh my, oh my. Okay. And, okay, I thought this was a fucked up Tory gate. No, it's a barn door. Is this too a shitter? Doesn't matter, but let me see. A real red wine theme to this place? Oddly enough, yeah. Can I peek? Can I peek? Oh man. Don't look good. Okay. Any fun porcelain things here? Oh, just a clay statue. Okay. Actually, oh, that's way too crunchy. There's no way we're gonna read what that is. Is a barn door not a Tory gate for cowboys? Oh. Huh. Just for holding stray cables, I guess? Okay. I'm just, there's not an answer to this, but I'm kind of like, maybe for that. Why they got a clip up there? Okay. Sure it's a Bibble thing? Curious. Bella.
Wow, Bella gifted Cat a subscription. Wow, Bella gifted a tier 1 sub.
They were giving out a sub to Cat, Bella. Thank you so much. Good time zone, by the way. Oh yeah, inside the Discord, Bella made a trip to a place we saw on Fridays, Zillow. Apparently it's a good restaurant. Bella, do you know if that place is actually shutting down if that place gets sold? That was kind of the impression I got, at least. Because that building was all-encompassing of that stuff, you know what I mean? Well, got another cross here. Interesting. Not perfectly measured, but hey, whatever. I kind of appreciate how this is just slapped together. Okay. It's fine. Not from what the guy said. He said the place is like perpetually up for sale. Oh, it's one of those things. I gotcha. There was a few situations like that back in the town where I grew up. Let me see here. And oh, okay, so we've got the sliding door. It was a bathroom. Is a vampire slayer's house? No mirrors, oddly enough. Yeah, I was also curious, Bella. The place looked pretty empty in the photos, but I wasn't sure if you got there like right after they opened or anything like that. Got the place open for the day? Ah, okay. I was wondering if that was the case. Unscented crucifix? Oh, we're going with the fancy term, are we? Whoa, what the hang on. What? Huh? I think they tried to do an AI thing here, but I don't know what it was. Reality's melting on the right margin? I think they needed a crossover on this wall or something. maybe they tried to use AI to remove a person from this, and it just...
Corrugation
Okay.
Nation just subscribed
Hey, Corrugation.
for 34 months.
Thank you for 34.
What
happened? Thank you for the 34. Erase them from reality. Uh-huh. Just think of that really loud sound from JoJo. Oh. What is this? Well, we don't know much of the flow of the house, so I've no clue where this bedroom is. The JoJo dubstep fart. The erase move that guy uses in the Morio arc. I can't get over how the sound is so blown out and aggressive. It's by design, I'm sure, but also it's just like, Jesus. Huh. Chanel. It's interesting, there's all the crosses and stuff, but also there's just some beauty product stuff. In one of the rooms, there was a fragrance on the wall, some brand thing, it was all pink. There's Chanel over here. The satin chamber, there's satin, there's Chanel. Okay. No clue where this is, though. Looks like they slapped down just some stray tiles here. Okay. And, bedroom for guest, I suppose. What's this? That's a parrot. Okay. Anything eye-catching? I know I have the alternative zoom capability, but sometimes I just feel that, I feel the zoom inside of Edge like this gives me a little more control at times. So I was wondering if they were in the middle of working on this place. I'm noticing almost all the electrical fixtures, they're dangling down as well. Like at first I was like, well, maybe they just left the sheetrock undressed up and just went whatever. But increasingly I don't know, and it's looking... Okay, so they definitely tore up the roof here for something, because I believe I can see joists and stuff. There's something going on here. And there's something over here where the wall meets the ceiling? Okay, so they tore into something here, I think? There's like a filter they have on top of this that makes it a little tricky to see. Yeah, we definitely got visible damage. Hang on, what is... So there is Hang on. You see where I'm tracing the mouse? This is just probably the angle being convenient. But there's this beam here. What am I seeing? What am I seeing? Roof line? Like, is this tucked under something that's descending above it? House is sliding down. I was thinking of like Revengeance, just slicing something in this, or even like an anime where something is sliced and it just goes and scoots down. I'm starting to get hung up on this, folks, but I tucked this house aside because some stuff stood out, understandably, but there's a lot of visual stuff that's tripping me up here.
Yes, split it wide open.
Man, what is... I mean, there's that picture. Let me go and do visible damage. There was the picture with the AI they did to smear people out. But now I don't know what I'm seeing here. There's a mirror. This is a door with a mirror. So that's part of why this angle is lining up here, I imagine. But what's it capturing?
Machines, son.
But it's capturing a reflection from something on the other side here. That is peculiar. That is weird. Okay. Door with glass, not mirror. I think you're right about the glass, actually. I was wondering about the shift in color here. That is strange. And then suddenly... I don't know, folks. I don't know. Presumably second floor. I think. Second floor somewhere. I kind of want to circle back to the first picture to see if we could reverse engineer where some of these are. Just put a curtain over the problem, it goes away. I love that! Sweeping things under rugs. The fun zone. Boy, howdy. Oh, what, a beds here? I hope these were for storage, or maybe they were for little guys. Because, oh boy, oh boy. Dire. Basement? No. That's roof up there. I really hope this was for pets, but I don't think so. Wow. And this is a bathroom? Hold on. Hold on. Define pet in the house of the Lord? Who knows? Is this actually where the... okay. This might be sitting here because they haven't installed it or something, but that's not a full basin though, right? That's a half bath, usually have recess in the ground, I'd think, right? Concerning. Concerning.
Where the fuck is this?
This is a door to the outside. This goes outside. Like there's window to our right. Maybe it's a fountain? I mean, a bathtub could be a fountain, frankly. Maybe they wanted indoor koi? Pond liner? Is that what that is directly underneath this, Bella? Because it's crunchy. I know it doesn't make sense, but I was just like, it's not newspaper, I don't think. Not from the coloration, but... The black thing is... Oh, you thinking that? I was kind of hand-waving that because the tile was kind of a hodgepodge of things. But you're thinking this right here is entirely... I'm not sure. Some of it kind of looks like tile. No. The tub? Oh, you mean this specifically? Oh, that's what you mean. I thought you were talking about like a tarp down here or something. So you're saying this is literally, you'd throw this into the dirt or something like that. The tub is a pond liner, and that's tile or rug underneath it. Okay, I was misunderstanding. I thought you were talking about this down here, like a tarp or something in landscaping. Huh. Okay, I guess they wanted it in here because they were still figuring stuff out in the backyard, I guess. Okay, well, that's one mystery solved. Also, very clearly, I can see the house meat right here. So let me mark that off. Let me just mark that off. House, just a jumble of half-finished ideas. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on in a lot of this place. Like, I can see them using what they had with these backsplashes and tiles sprinkled around. But I'm also genuinely wondering how many people lived here. There's no way the jug next to the bathing jug... I bet they actually use it for bathing. That was the first thing I thought when I saw this, actually. Because I was like, is there a basin around the corner? Because that looks like a classical basin you'd see staged for something like that. Okay, so doing something with some wood here. This is just itty-bitty little floorboards or cutoffs. Because I believe that's industrialized wood or something, right? Kind of looks like. The crunch in the filter makes it tricky to see. This is worse than my Pocopia Island. It's too bad that game is gated behind a Switch 2 right now, because otherwise I'd be kind of like, hey. When somebody said the same people from Dragon Quest Builders were involved in making it, I was like, oh. Okay, you have my interest. Because usually when the big flavor of the month Nintendo games swoop by, I just kind of shrug at it. You know what I mean? Let me see. So what do we have here? This is their lazing spot. Another cross. My goodness, my goodness. I mean, it's one thing for somebody to be how should I phrase this? I understand somebody being very devout and having a lot of, things sitting around, but it's interesting to see a lot of these DIY crosses staple up around the place. Spend like $700. I'm going to wait on the holidays. Like, even if I turn around and I have a job tomorrow, I'm going to wait on the holiday season and look for like a bundle, frankly. When you're poor, you're poor. Yeah, that's totally fair. I try not to take too many shots at houses like this because, you know, this isn't like middle class or upper middle class. Where is this? This is in Cosby, Tennessee. We're nearing the end of the photos. This place is up for $250,000. It's out in the sticks in Tennessee, it looks like. Sometimes you're a lazy mofo. There's also so many beds, is the thing. I'm just like, how many people lived here? You know what I mean? Gosh. Like, this has got to be sweltering. In Tennessee? My goodness, my goodness. Wow. Wow. Now, let me go back to the first photo. We saw the stained glass. I don't think we could figure out anything up here. These were boomers. They had their chance. Boy. A lot of the pictures we saw were on the back side of this house because there were other methods of egress, so to speak. Like, I believe that bathtub/liner confusion, that is probably on the opposite side of where we are here. And we saw 2 pictures early on. I'm pointing, even though I have my hand tracking off. There were 2 pictures we saw that showed a porch early on. So we saw perspectives out here and here. So, This is Far Cry 5. Which one's 5, by the way? I can't remember. Is that the one? No, 6 is the one with Gustavo Fring, right? The one that came out and people immediately forgot about. I actually had, like, Uplay Plus. I swear, I played that game for 5 minutes and immediately went, I'm done. 5 is the yeehaw one? I thought 5 is in rural Montana or something like that. The one that could have had a lot more interesting commentary, but it was effectively had no fangs. Like, I know the game was dog shit, but it's kind of like, it's one of those things that everybody knew it was coming out. It was designed by committee, and it's like, this could be really cool, but you know it's going to be it's just going to be gums. You know what I mean? There's going to be no bite to it. Anyway. I feel like I had a couple gaming derails there. Anyway, Cosby, Tennessee, $250,000, 2 acres. Okay, you get this in you get this in almost 2.25 acres, 250,000, built in 82. This house ain't got too much left on it, honestly. Nestled in the woods, surrounded by wildlife. 2 acres, yeah. I mean, you're basically buying it for the dirt from it, honestly. Surrounded by nature. Let's look at the roads here. Roads, quote unquote. This is the sort of thing where when it rains heavy, you got to get your off-roading vehicle for mudding. Very privately secluded. Built with rough-cut lumber, surrounded by wildlife such as white-tailed deer, turkey, bear, and much more. Surrounded by bear? Oh no. Just one bear. That's it. Bear! Make this your ideal getaway cabin. I'm splitting hairs. It sticks out to me when they don't have it as getaway. It's getaway. I don't have a bit. It just tickles me a little. Is bears living nearby supposed to be a plus? It's fine. It's probably just black bears. Those are the ones that aren't dangerous, right? Feel this was owner posted? Home sold as is. Boy, howdy. Do I get the tub liner? This is going to be great, guys. Let me see. I'm going to do Buzz. I mean, even though as is a legitimate listing term, I still feel it tickles me enough to mark it as a redeem, frankly. Oh no, there's a realtor listed? Yep, some professional realtor came in here and took photos and went, yeah, that's fine. Although, honestly, wow. Sold 10 years ago for $25,000. Good night in the morning. And prior to that, sales was about the same. 03, 25,000. 2004. I mean, I doubt this is legitimate, but I like the idea of somebody just selling it for spit and a handshake, you know? It was a ramshackle shack. Absolutely. Yeah, somebody tried to flip this, but as I say sometimes, they kind of flipped and landed on their ass. Okay. Yeah, somebody was trying to do something in the interior. Like, there's definitely stuff going on in the attic. And there's definitely moisture damage. No idea what they're doing. That's what this whole thing smacks of ignorance, I say. Okay. Please save that furniture. Let me see. So, who do I want to go to next? Okay. Let me do this guy. And some of this. Now, I don't remember if this one... Let me see here. Ow.
ドリーザントチャードザセクシーナンバー、ザプリービアスオーナーハド、A ビジョン、バッドハドプアアイサイト。
But thank you for the sexy number of bits, Driasynth. Let's see here. No roof. We're fine. Ooh. I just noticed the tub. Hop on in here, just, wallow around in that. But this is the enclosed garden type thing? We can bob for apples, yeah-huh. Now, I kind of want to go through this listing swift-like, because there's one thing that I know is here. What picture do we start on? Why does it matter? Why the Inquisition? Also, just a scrap paper here that says WTF. That's weird. Now, let me see here. Haven't done a second pass of this. I don't remember anything sticking out outside of one thing in particular, so I may go quickly, honestly. In the sake of brevity. It's only 30 photos. Okay. So if I don't say anything for a bit, don't worry about it. But at the very least, you can kind of see what we're working with here. They've mostly moved out. Yeah, it's a good shop. I liked it. This seems to be a secondary house of some sort. All right. And this is part of another house. Okay. Some stuff sprinkled around. Shitload of boots. Okay. Business/art space. It does feel... What's the word? I can't quite get a picture of who lives here. You know what I mean? Rafters are weirding you out. I didn't notice. Is there a... Hang on. Huh. So it seems to be a fabric of some sort draped over this? Weird. Also, that's a... Is this a carving or a really shit job of a taxidermy? I'm not sure. My wood gun! Okay. Looks like a booth in an antique mall. Seen much worse. Whoa! Hang on. Okay. Is this... interesting. Huh. I wonder how that's obscured. Maybe a pair of sliding doors? A pair of sliding doors, maybe? Okay. Not a mirror, because the wall back here is plain. Maybe a pair of barn doors or a pocket door? Yeah, it's got to be a pair of mirrors. Sliding bookcases? The bookcases aren't moving. I believe it's a barn door and this side's decorative. Because you see, this right here doesn't move. Okay. Well, that's not why I saved this place, so don't worry about it. Okay. Why is that lamp suspended on a chain? What? Which one? Oh. Huh. Didn't notice that. That's weird. There's not a cable in there. Huh. Maybe it's AI? No. Oh, who's this guy? Okay, so here are the doors. Okay, we're on the other side of that. These are the two sliding barn doors. There's a hooter up here. And also, there's this little guy here. Huh. Who's this guy? I like all the decorative stuff. Okay. Chest of drawers. Now, anything... Huh. Are those... Interesting. Huh. And they've also got singers over here? Yeah, I was like... For a second, I was like, that... Why blowtorches? For a second, I was like, oh, is that like a really weird oil can? Then I zoomed in, I'm like, wait, no, that's a blowtorch. That's definitely old world. I'm also tempted to do tchotchkes, frankly. They got a lot of weird shit here, frankly. And I feel also the last house kind of tipped past the typical collection of crosses I see in a devout person's home. Enough for me to be kind of like, this is a little weird, you know? They're not using it, though. Yeah, I know. Huh. The husk of another singer over here. Now then. Where... Let me see. Anything else here? Oh. Okay, I thought I saw something. I did not. Japanese paper doors? Ooh. Interesting. I don't care for the stuff inside. I do like the house so far. They're very big on doing these interesting divides through the rooms. I appreciate what they're doing. It's a little all over the place, decoratively speaking. Like, this doesn't fit in with anything else they've had, frankly. There's a back door over here, but they definitely don't use it because they've got it blocked off with furniture. What is... Huh? That's weird. Okay. Creature, looks like. I don't know. House cat? I guess the an offshoot of a Baba Yaga house, maybe? Baba Yaga but horse? Anything else over here? Not particularly. Pretty bog standard kitchen. Okay. A lot of storage. Very nice. Washer dryer closet? Yeah. Hello. And they got horns? What's the... Oh, it's heavily painted. I thought it was wearing like a tight garment, but it looks like they painted it? I don't think that's tights, right? Huh. Quirky. That's enough for a random, because that is a meme. Looks like a mannequin out of Pee-wee's Playhouse. Also, inexplicably, chimpkin feet. Okay. Painted and gave it a... Well, not necessarily. And over here... Huh. Okay. And let me see. Oh, kiddo's room? Boy, this kid loves Lisa Frank. For sure. And somewhere to bang out the tunes? Awesome. They even got a little place for all their plushies. Okay. Doug? Is there Doug here? Hang on. Gun toilet paper? Hold on. I'm going to back up a photo. Floor? Oh! I didn't even see them! I didn't even see them! They were blending in so well. I gotta back up. Let me do little guy spotted. Very personalized, very lived in. It's charming. Yaha. That's a good dog. Was that a chocolate lab? Let me back up. Gun toilet paper. Oh. I didn't even see that. Huh? More than enough toilet paper. Wow. Gotta reload. This reload animation's weird. Okay. But that's not why I saved this place. So, we're back outside. Bicycle storage, sure, sure, sure. This is why I saved it. We get a couple pictures of this freak. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And they're kind of peeking? Look at that. Look at that. I don't understand it. I think they are directly over... Okay, that's a little cooler. Awfully nosy. Is it paper mache? No, it looks like it is actually, like, packed in with some sort of plaster material and things. You can see the top layer breaking off here. Flaking. Look at them lips. Kissable. Let me back up a moment here. Rust painting across the giant face. Don't think paper mache would last outdoors. Whatever it is, it ain't lasting because the paper's... Not the paper, the paint is flaking off. Probably like plaster or something. It's in New Orleans. Oh. Built in 1959. Aww. Oh. Seems they had a formatting issue in their HTML. Got a bit of a space here, it seems. You gotta close your tags. Brr. One-of-a-kind property, blah, 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 blah. Anything else? Anything fun? Is that the Stand By Me children spray painted on the building? I've never seen Stand By Me, so I've no clue what that looks like.
Than.
You mean over here on the left? Your guess is... Oh, your guess is good as mine over there, actually. Used as an artist compound. Gee, you think? It's an artist collective, I like to call it. Let me back up here. How much was this again, New Orleans? $625,000. It's near Mardi Gras World? Where is it? Okay, there we go. You're looking for where it is in New Orleans. Pretty close to the center-ish. Along the Mississippi River? Pretty close, but yeah, that's about how far it is. That explains the price? Yeah. Definitely. Because if you get a prime spot, you could flip it into something for tourists and stuff around Mardi Gras. Okay. Survive Katrina. Yeah, that's kind of the main thing, is it's like, well, built in 59. It looks like it's from that era, maybe. Prime flood zone. That's most of the city, unfortunately. Okay. Which one was this? Oh yeah. Let me do this over here. Okay. And can I thank you? Excellent. Big stretch. Ooh. Yeah. Bit of something going on here. Bit of a medieval thing. Also. Just a bubble roof. Aww. Let's see here. Now, this is one I would have loved a lot more photos of. There's just shy of 30. I've actually got a few listings this week where I would have loved like twice the number of pictures we get. Now, there is wall painting here, so I'm going to go ahead and mark off painting. I'm also going to do labor of love, because gestures broadly. Come on. Okay, there's a bingo. Congrats. Now, what's going on out here? There's the door. Okay. The material seems to be brick and stone. Yeah. You can kind of see the grout lines. But also the paint job on this gives it a lot more of a... what description should I go with? Whenever I see these bright colors to give something a rustic look, it makes me think of just like a gift shop or a themed restaurant inside of like a theme park or something, where it's like, welcome to Medieval Town. Come on in here and buy our $30 meals. Okay. Inside it's steampunkish? Spacey? What happened to my medieval theming? Curious. Real Epcot vibes. Yeah. I'm gonna do ankle breaker. This is very, very confusing. Let me do this. Can we leave this place? Yes, and about 20 more pictures. Okay. Hardwood flooring, though? I don't think that's genuine, is it? It's probably still engineered. That doesn't look proper to me. That looks very much engineered planks. You know? Man, really cheap gold paint job here, though, too. Okay. Boy. And let's see, what is the idea of this place? I'm not sure. The outside made me just think of a themed restaurant situation, but it seems, maybe was this just an Airbnb type setup? I do see a display here for something. I don't know what, though. They really like this one room? Well, there is a lot going on here. Are we sure it's not some ex-Disney property? Maybe this place is at, this is in Santa Clarita, California. I'm not sure how far this is from Disney. It could be within a blast radius. I know jack and shit about the layout of major locations and hubs in California. Okay, that's just pantry. That's enough for a Pizza Hut light. Did you say Santa Clarita? I did say Santa Clarita. Okay. Pizza. Is not near Disney. Okay, thank you. Okay. So, pretty humdrum kitchen. Pretty cheap countertop, too. Okay. Yeah, oh, we got an angle. I can see the cryptid angles here. Let me... Cryptid? Yes. It has, Six Flags. Was Six Flags the one with the person, the old man costume? Or am I getting mixed up with like another dead theme park? Whoa! Hiding all the spices. Goodness me. Wow. They had a favorite brand, I'm guessing. Okay. 20 bottles of one spice, but each room's like $20 for sure. All right. I'm pretty sure we saw this on the front of the house. The exterior of this guy. Santa Clarita is where the zombies were in it. The zombies. The fuck is this? They give up on this room, I guess? Okay. The pictures are much smaller here. Was this like pre-flip, I guess? One of Netflix's amazing shows they canceled for no reason. Oh. Back to bathroom. Yeah. Well, here are the bears. Okay. Plaid shower curtain? Really? Wow. We're in log cabin country now? Yep. Suddenly we're log cabining. Oh. And, ooh. The royal suite. I see. Yeah? I'm assuming this is still relatively present day, because this feels like it could be medieval themed. Asanera bed. It looks like it's a queen size. Okay. The ye old washer dryer, I'm sorry. Okay. And some stairway out the back. All right. We got fruits. That's it. Santa Clarita, $225,000. Okay. I was expecting a higher. Curious. Castle facade. Huge private lot. Fun theatrical feel. Uh-huh. Yeah, I'm very much of the mind of seeing a house like this and expecting close to $1 million. 960 square feet, it's small. Yeah, but in some places, wait a second. The entry of the home has fixtures and molding that's modeled after the Titanic movie? Huh?
I see.
I also like that they specify the Titanic movie. Not the real-life Titanic, though. Nobody knows what the hell that is. Home features beautifully handcrafted molding, fixtures throughout the home. Give it a fun theatrical feel. Secret passage into the Victorian era with beautiful molding. Okay, they're spilling molding differently now. They're done impressing us with the fancy U. Okay. Driving with 2 cars. This home is an absolute must-see. Nothing looked like the Titanic. Yeah, I was sort of like... With that in mind, we start off in medieval town, and then... I'm not getting it. I'm not getting Gilded Age here. There's cheap gold walls, yeah, but... I mean, there's a hook with a line up here. I don't think they're doing block and tackle and hauling inside the fancy room. Huh. Burnished Age? I'd keep the receipt on that. Okay. Would the cheap gold walls count as gold? Sure. Sure, I'll count that. Okay. Let me do this. I don't know why I saved this guy in particular. Maybe we'll figure it out. It's very brief, though. Maybe I am forgetting something and the description will explain. Sometimes past Geop leaves a trap for future Geop. Okay. Hey, Kefka. Wow. So what am I looking at here, actually? Huh. Curious. Looks like cliffs. Scratching my chin. Huh. That doesn't make sense. Well, where is this? I guess. You know what this is? Do you already know? Hang on. That's number... There we go. That's enough for doing the game. Let me do auto vote. Or auto... Yeah, auto call. Yeah. This is a Google Maps thing. I can see it now. The squishing of the texture over here. Okay. So, this is along the southern edge of Alaska. It's right here. It's right here. Now, it has a bunch of shit on it already? Am I cropping this? Hang on. It's jumping around a little. Oh, yeah. Do this here. A camp? Yeah, for all of your outdoorsy buddies and such. Now, wow. So for scale, that is probably about... Yeah, you can see about 1 story size right at this face of the building, and also right up here with railings. We're super zoomed out, guys. Subtly hinting about our future cult. I mean, I'm not in the market for making a cult. That sounds like a little more time investment than I'm looking for. Huh. Okay. You run one hell of a cult out here? Let's see how many acres. Oh shit, it's 25 acres. Oh yeah. That's plenty of room for a cult. Huh. So another Google Map shot, effectively. Okay. Interesting. Hang on. Yeah, think of all the found family you could have with 25 acres. That's crazy, right? An ocean to hide the bodies? Exactly. This could be us. Wow. Yeah, it's really texturizing a lot of this. It feels kind of like I'm looking at the smashed textures of the buildings over here. I'm kind of thinking of like Pilot Wings for the Super Nintendo when you're doing parachuting and stuff and everything's squished down to a flat texture. Oh yeah, there we go. There we go. It's got some verticality, you can see to it now. Huh. Oh. Wait, anything fun on their browser tags? Hang on. Can I see anything fun up here? Listings, inbox, no. Dang, I was hoping. Okay. There's outline. Interesting. So, I'm pretty sure we get all of this, right? Like, are they outlining where the buildings are? It doesn't look like. Hang on. Because they showed this, but it's not highlighted here. Why the bit deep in the woods? I don't know. That's strange. Maybe the listing will have some info? Radio Facility Road. Wonder why they call it that. Let me see. $1.2 million. Wow. Rare piece of Alaska's lost coast. It's not lost, it's right there. White Alice Communications Station. Hunting, yada yada. Winter temp ranges, I don't care. Fishing community Cordova lies 190 miles southeast. Buyers should plan for access primarily through Yakutat, with charter flights or boat travel required to reach the property. Okay. I'll do name drop on the next game. Cold War era radar station. I know it's 25 acres, but 1.2 in the middle of nowhere. Alaska, really? White Alice was U.S. Air Force. I'm still kind of, I don't know, sometimes I have like a gut check on some prices. This one kind of falls outside of that. I don't know. Became obsolete with satellite communication becoming a thing. The fact they're giving us satellite photos of this is just kind of like twisting the knife. Oh no. What level bass and Voices of the Void is this? No, it's probably not functional in any sort of flavor thing. Walk, 0. No fucking chance. But bike? You could make it work. 190 miles southeast? Yeah, you could bike that. It's fine. Let me start the next game, y'all. Let me do some of this. And some of this. Let me do name drop. Okay. And let me... Actually, there's no history on this, right? No. It's just pretty much right when it was listed now, of course. Okay, wonder what makes this somewhat bikeable. I'm really curious about that, too, because 41... There's got to be some logic behind that, but... Like, you got the airport way over there, across a river. I mean, there is a road, supposedly. They said it was pretty flat, I guess. Man. You could bike other pieces of the property. I'm assuming the parts of the property you own are contiguous. I don't understand the red outlines, so to speak. Road's not busy? I'd hope not. That's my fucking road. Okay. Let me do this. Maybe the airfield has a snack machine. Good luck getting it furnished at this point. Jeez. Okay. I got a quick one. How you feeling, sunlight? If you live in this place, you're gonna need, like, constantly sunscreen, I suppose? A cacophony of chairs? They aren't facing the bed. Unless there's bonus chairs. Hey, so what's up with the ghost? What ghost? I don't know what you're talking about. Bonus chairs, you say? So this is definitely a former Airbnb. This has got to have a name. It's got to have a name for sure. Don't either forget I mentioned it for sure. Saltwater and sunsets. Huh. Don't go throwing stones. Please don't throw stones anywhere in my presence. Okay. Meet me at the beach. Isn't that Death Stranding reference? Death Stranding reference? Video game? I'll meet you on the beach. Cryptid, I see your grippers. I see you holding your object. Cryptid. Okay. So this is a nudist house. You know, it's funny, Jenkins. I believe I did find another nudist colony recently, but there was nothing in the listing that described it. It's like somebody who posted it said nudist colony, but there were no pictures of signs, any information about it, and there was nothing interesting. So it was just very much like, I skipped it because there was nothing. I mean, maybe there was something on Google, but I was just like,
naturalists.
Oh, right, of course. I still can't believe that person was... Some context, folks. We did find a nudist colony a long time ago. I posted about it on Blue Sky. This would have been over a year ago, before folks really started migrating over from Twitter. And somebody searched for... I described it as a nudist colony, and some person who had like naturalist and all sorts of stuff in their profile was searching for the word nudist. Quite literally. And they came in saying, we don't use that term. The proper term is naturalist. I'm just like, how'd you fucking find this post? My goodness. My 20 pita breads. I was thinking that. They do look like they're just dolled up sand dollars or something like that. But man, look at that. If only. It's right next to a grill. Look at this. Patting my tummy. Patting my tummy. Just sand dollars. Okay. Meet me at the beach. Stop asking me about the fucking beach. All right. A washing table. Yeah. I don't recall anything else being of interest here. It's absolutely an Airbnb, though. Gotta love a compost turlet. Yeah, huh? Disgusting. Gross. So this place is in Copalis Beach, Washington. 174,000, a little over half an acre. Okay. Tucked among towering evergreens. Tucked among towering evergreens. You don't say. Anything fun here? Anything interesting? I don't think so. Electricity was professionally installed in 2025. A shed in a greenhouse is not worth 175,000. Is it off the grid? Not technically. Imagine turning this place into a grow up. How much? You have a little bit of grass to work with, I guess. You have a little over half an acre. Water service fully paid for, awaiting installation. Serves as an income-generating property. I have lenders available.
I've got lenders who will loan on this. Please call Jimmy Two Fingers and Mick the Nose.
I know a guy. Don't make fun of Mickey's nose, all right? I know it's in his name, but he's very sensitive about that. Okay. Let's go to... Where was this exactly? Oh, we're in Montreal. Okay. Let me get this set up right. Okay. All right. So, as far as what's going on here... Actually, I just noticed something. Oh, okay, never mind. proceed through here. The layout of this place is, the decor and layout is a little head-scratching. We do have 4 poster, no canopy here. Let me go and do that. But, hang on. There is, this isn't a mirror thing here. No, that's not mirror, because there's piano. There's just inexplicably a broken column here. Bedway right in the way, and also... Yeah. Unimpressed. Unimpressed. Yeah? Yeah? So, ooh, that's a dog right there. We have to consider the pillar. Much to think about. What's he looking at? I don't know. But it seems we're standing... I don't know if there's a doorway or a path behind us. Okay, there's a little bit of leeway. But the fact you have your piano right in the way of this, a little frustrating, I gotta say. Your decorative piano. Because you definitely don't know how to play it. Oh? Wait. Oh, wait. I was thinking this was a bed. I wasn't looking at the pillows. That's a pair of... I wasn't visually decrypting this properly. Okay, so that's the wall over there. 2 of them, yeah. Twinsies. Huh, it's for you and your sleeping buddy. Yeah, an 8 poster, no canopy. That's a first. Okay, but also, hey. What's going on here? What's going on here? Huh? Those legs. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Leggy? Huh. What's with the symmetric layout of these dog statues? It's a fucked up Resident Evil Mansion puzzle, I gotta say. Giant skeleton scuba diver legs. I would love to find other works by this person. Also, these flippers, okay, I guess the flippers weren't added on after the fact. This is actually part of the art itself. Huh. Weird 20 things going on in this house. There is an actual theme I'm starting to perceive. Also, I'm noticing the ceiling. The ceiling, I pushed it aside because it was just, you know, cement. But I'm noticing there's, like, differences in height on several things. Like, there's this slab here. You don't usually see that. Column here doesn't seem to adhere to it properly. That's weird. Huh. Okay. My leggy chairs. Let's see here. Yeah? We are purchasing a studio situation here. Okay, and that's the kitchen stuff. Is that a... hang on. This is probably hiding like a TV and stuff, right? Like this just kind of scoots to the side or something. Yeah, barn door storage? Also, what's up with the... Huh. Interesting statue collection here. It's probably not an entertainment nook because no chairs are facing it. Guessing no one has ever lived here. I'm picking that up very quickly. It feels like an unnatural living situation, you know? Kitchen, okay. So this is the main view of the entire apartment. Where was the entrance? Is it over through there? That'd be weird. Where's the entrance? We are near a window. Okay. There's beds. We didn't get a look at this freak. What the hell? Huh? Okay, there's a doorway right here. That could be the bathroom, though. That probably is bathroom. Okay.
Long man.
Whoa. Strange. Actually, what's that? Well, I mean, I can see the specter of a cryptid right there. But also, I was perceiving this guy. Huh. Boy. What a weird, disparate spread of furnishings in this place. Very peculiar, you know? Weird mix of modern and faux aristocrat, right? That's strange. Okay, and this is the lobby. Well, I guess it makes sense given everything we saw inside there. Oh, Paris slots. Paris lots. Not Paris sluts, Paris slots. Okay, it's a very important, okay? Very important. Paris lofts. That's what I said. Paris slots. Paris sluts. Rolls off the tongue. Okay, this is entrée. So wait, the entryway is right next to the bed. The beds were right here. Man. That sucks. That sucks. Hot Paris lofts in my area? There is a Paris, Texas. That makes sense. I forget where it is. Man. Is that the last photo? Looks like. Why would you put your beds right to the entryway? A million smackers! But I figure that a million Canadian smackers, but that's probably typical of Montreal prices? Built in 62. I see. Cooling, heat pump. Anything fun? No, just numbers. Parking. Do we get parking? Yes, 1. Excellent. Okay. Paris, Texas, how the food gets down your esophagus, right? Yeah, exactly. The epiglottis, I don't know. Maybe to follow Peony Jones. Just in time for us to leave Montreal and go to... What was this guy? Hang on. Oh. All right. We're going somewhere more affordable. We're going to about $160,000 affordable. That is a 1/10 of a White Alice airbase. Or radar installation, I'm sorry. Hang on. Okay. So. I see we have connections with somebody who has an excess of siding, it looks like. Also, yeah, we have the hex tiles right here. So this is where you'd have your chairs. Okay. Now what we got going on here? This is... That's not shading, actually. I was processing this as like shading under the counter. It's not. That's just clay coloration. Then you have the sandstone right here. Looks like expensive kitchen, though. I don't know, actually. It's got red dials. This looks like a pretty affordable kitchen, honestly. How do you find these listings? I got a few, like, message boards and things and just general fishing. It's kind of a mix of things, you know what I mean? A lot of bumbling. Let me see. Are they using rough stone as a backsplash? They are. Good luck cleaning that. Because right over here, you can see that same material they use over here. My goodness, my goodness. Okay. Also just inexplicably recycled wood cabinet doors, but it doesn't match what they've got down here on the bottom for the drawers and such. Okay, the doors, it seems, they all replaced the same way. It doesn't fit anything else, though. Kitchen list. Wash clothes. I see. Okay. Now, is this an apartment? Love the building I'm in. Concrete has a lot of characters and fairly new skyscrapers. Also, whisper quiet, can't hear anyone. I haven't actually considered the noise attenuation you'd have with that. That does sound quite nice. As opposed to like super thin sheetrock and the like, you know? There is the actual, I guess, interior acoustics, but I mean like blocking off from neighbors. Okay. Oh, this is an apartment. This is an apartment. 1,000 square feet. Okay. I see, I see. Is this is meant to be a bedroom maybe with doors out to the balcony? The bathroom? The tub? Okay. And some sort of entertainment space. It looks like they used to hang a TV up here. A mount, I suppose. Once again, more of that sandstone backsplash material. And also the recycled lumber below waist level. Ugh. And also just this yellow. I don't like this yellow color, frankly. Another oh no! They gutted a relative? Actually, I didn't like that guy either. That's a chaos basin sink. Oh my god. Oh my god. Rude behavior, right? You're in luck if you don't like yellow because it's orange? What are you talking about? That's yeller. That's yeller. The light is hitting this here that makes it hue into orange. But this is striking me as yellow. And this is new room? New room. Another mount spot. Electric fireplace. Okay. And then just inexplicably jet black. Is this a bathroom and this is... No, this is bathroom. This is a main thoroughfare. Somewhere else in the apartment. Okay. Barn door bathroom. Hang on. Oh, I didn't even see that. Jesus. That's camouflage right there. There's this door here. I'm not sure where this leads to. But if it has lights, this is not going to be a closet, I feel. Because it implies you enter through here and you'd want to turn the lights on or off or something. Huh. It's saying 2 bed, 2 bath, 1,000 square feet at the bottom of this listing. Let me see here. Yeah, pretty good amount of barn doors this week, it's looking like. Aww. And anything else? This is the wall opposite that fireplace. Back to the kitchen. That's it. Let me see. Let me see. 160,000. Edgewood, Maryland. Built in 88. There we go. Beautifully renovated, blah, blah, blah. Nothing too interesting. Okay. 160? That's it? That's it. I mean, this isn't an apartment in, like, New York City or something like that, you know? Let me see. Let me see. I do have some crazy expensive apartments we can jump to, honestly. I know one of them is one of those situations where I crave more photos. Huh. Let me see. 35 till the break. Let me see. One reason I had the Zillow on Friday is because I was already getting a pretty good amount of houses for today's stream. I had 40. Actually, it's close to like 38 or so new listings for today. So finally, the drought of ho-hum listings has broken. 4 teeth, exactly. That's so many bags of teeth. Oops, don't do that. Do this. Because it seems, honestly, since the start of the year, there have been a bunch of weeks where I would just barely get like in the upper teens. And it felt like, I was just like, am I getting too picky? Or are we just in a drought of sorts? Weeks like this where I just get a double spread are super rare now, it seems. Okay. You see the listing a couple weeks ago with the complete AI-generated quote-unquote house? Depending upon which one, probably. I usually, at this point, if I see an AI thing related to a house, I just kind of skip it because it's not fun to me, you know what I mean? There was one that got kind of viral that I saw was like, it engineered a person out of nowhere and it looked like they were climbing out of a mirror. That was really fucked up and weird. There was another one where the house was surrounded with asphalt. And I didn't realize that was AI because I just did a cursory glance at it and tucked it aside. So, what does katana mean, as they say? But aside from this sliding door presentation, there's also this really interesting beveled sort of shape to the outline up here. Means Japanese sword, which is really eye-catching. I like that. That is super distinctive. I mean, you didn't need any of this fuckery, right? Well, here we go. Here's the inside. So, it looks like there's this... I see they went to the IKEA school of storage, huh? Cube? It is more panel. It is not cube, I'm afraid. A pair of columns right here in the entryway is a little strange. Not horrific, but a little like, really? Anything over here? Curious. Square. Okay, so the lens is messing with us here. Because this looks like it's a quarter of a mile away now. Oh. I mean, they do like their squares here, I am noticing. I have the burden of knowledge, and I'm keenly aware of their love of squares. Look at this. Look at this wall. You have these panels here. You have a normal 4-pane window here. A lone square here. And then squares here in the wood inlay. Interesting light fixture. Do you like it? I have it inside of a square arrangement. Can they open? Probably not. I mean, I'm noticing... No, wait, no, that's not a shutter. That's the siding of the adjacent house. Okay, I was really thinking there was something weird going on there. Or you're a square pervert. We might have one. Because that's not the last bit of squares we're going to see in this house. Nice oven, by the way. Nice and chunky. Look at that. Man. Boy, that's gas for sure. Now then. Ooh, a wall rotary phone. Goodness me. Let me mark this off. I haven't seen one of those in a hot minute. Rotary alone is rare enough. A wall one? And a bread box. Also, what is... Oh, that's just black. Okay. Whoa, a roller cabinet thing. Yeah. All right, so... There is a back door there. I see a bit of a deck out there. I can see the railing. Okay. Carpeted office of some sort. Okay. Oh. Guest bedroom, maybe? I like the wood. It's in pretty decent shape. And they're staying pretty consistent, honestly. Is it possible to zoom in on the oven, find the brand in the second page? Sure, let me go back. It's probably not a stupid top tier high fancy one, considering the house. I can't make out the logo here. Let me take a look at another one. That might be Viking. Here? I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's like, this house is up for $350,000. This is in Des Moines, Iowa. That might be a Viking. Gosh. Starts with a V. Could be. I do see something with a bit of an arc over here. Could be a G. Not impossible. There's a number of reasons as to why it could have wound up here if it's a fancy Viking. Just not what I'd expect, actually. It does catch my eye in a few ways I can't put a finger on, though. Ooh. Pizza Hut. Let me do this. So that is actually in the corner, it looks like. It's not over the sink. Pizza Hut in the bathroom, of all places? My goodness. Could this house be a money laundering thing? Not for this price. Unless money laundering is big in Des Moines. And I don't know much at all about Des Moines. Let me see. Let me get my windows in order. Okay. So this is top floor / second story. That's the roof line there, presumably. Okay. Okay. 6 bedrooms. Really? Pardon me. Drink my water too fast. I guess these smaller rooms, these are bedrooms is what they're calling it, huh? Boy. And the garage. Interesting window shape. Can I see in this the inside? Yes, I can. Boy. Big fan of squares. I'm gonna mark off cube. We're seeing squares, but this place, they have an attachment to the shape. Enough to where I say, sure, I'll put my thumb on the scale.
Father, cube.
No, you've had enough. We filled up on cube. What about excessive wood? I don't know. I don't think so. They stayed pretty restrictive. You know, it's floorboard. I mean, it's not floorboards. It's
Father,
trim.
I have sports in the morning. I need to preload on my cube.
No. You get too antsy if I give you cube this late in the day. Borderline. It's not really on the walls anywhere, and they are consistent with like den and stuff. There's some floor. Not enough for me, honestly. And this is garage. You know, garage don't count. Huh. This is, let me see.
It's hip to be square.
Let me see here. This is the backyard. So, okay, front yard. Yeah, front of the house is opposite that. Okay. Aw. Looks like they stained the garage, though, which is really odd. Let me take another look at that. Did they really stain the wood in there? Interesting. Huh. I'm not sure. There is something, maybe some, I don't know, it's not shellac on the plywood, but the joists. I don't know. It could also just be something with the photo stuff. Huh. Curious. Okay. 315 Des Moines, Iowa. 1920. Old house. South of Grand Home. Might be a bit dated, but the bones are fantastic. Ooh, you're talking my language. Built in 20, remodeled in 84. A Wolf gas range and a Bosch dishwasher. Wow. Well, that is fancy shit. I'll do buzzwords. I appreciate the usage of the word bones. My goodness. Huh. Let's see. Anything else down here? Not really. For sale, probably for the first time? In a while. I mean, they did say it goes... Yeah, not the first time, I guess, but it was remodeled 84. Pretty sure that was Viking. Wolf has red knobs. I was trying to remember which one had the red knobs. I always get them backwards. At the very least, those are pretty damn fancy appliances. I wonder if the person who lived here just knew somebody who ran a restaurant and they got it secondhand. Because it's interesting to think of somebody paying that much for this and you know, kind of a modest little home location, right? I have a Bosch dishwasher. It was worth every penny. Ooh. Okay, let's go to a bit of a weird boy. Hello. Let's skip ahead. A Hobbit house. It doesn't have a rounded door. I don't know. I feel you need a rounded door and be built into the side of Deutz to be Hobbit. Weird ass Hobbit church Is there a Hobbit religion? I don't know if Tolkien never really got into religious practices, did he? Okay, okay. I read The Hobbit once when I was a kid. That's basically it. Intriguing. Intriguing. Is this our only sources of daylight here? Now that you mention it, not really. Oh! Big steppy. Wow. My goodness. I'm gonna do ankle break. That's a snapper. Okay, so there's something else up here that's periscoping over the hill, you know? Okay. Boy, it really projects out a lot, actually. Where is this? Is this at the top of the hill? That's tan up there. Where is this? Maybe a separate domicile. This says 7 bed, 5 baths. This could be separate from that. Okay, do we get all the hardware with it? Hoops! Oh my god. Post-apocalyptic location hoops. Jesus. Is that garage door even open anymore? Hang on. Let me... Decrepit hoops. Yeah, There is a dirt track. Okay, that is the top of the quote-unquote Hobbit house. This is the part that's playing peekaboo over the top of it. So this is the road to the garage. Okay. So there's a good amount of acreage with this, it's looking like. Out here too, wow. Hoops the loot and plunk bat. It warms my heart to see some people still invoke the label of plunk bat. Everybody went with PUBG, but I appreciated Ty's push into plunk bat. Even if it never really took off, you know what I mean? Okay. So, can I see... Okay. Okay, this is the house. Right here. Am I cropping anything? No. Let me see. It's over here. Okay. There's the top poking out. There's another top poking out. I think the garage is up here, actually. This doesn't look like the garage. I think it's, like, up here. Yeah, because I think this is the backhoe or whatever it was that's obscured up here. Bottom center is the first house? Yeah. Oy vey. Can I go inside? Oh. Okay, this is one of those houses at the top. This is like a second floor entrance, basically. Ooh, a catwalk? Wow. Kitty got claws. Okay. And, okay, there's the roof line, I suppose. Let me see, I guess, yeah, catwalk, sure. And, all right, this is the other roof line, yeah. Yeah, you hiding any black mold? Any nibblins for me? No? Okay. Anything in this bathroom? Not particular. Whoa! Oh my god. A hobbit goblin? An even tinier goblin? A micro goblin? That's crazy. My god. What'll they think of next? A giant goblin? There's no such thing. Ow.
They're taking the golem to Isengard.
Oh, this is just... Okay, there's just some exposed piping over here. Okay. I was a little baffled by this at first. And here we are in the mezzanine. I don't know. Front door's probably behind us to the right, more or less. That's kitchen. This probably leads to another room, and probably beyond that is the ankle breaker door. Gunchy ceiling. Uh-oh. That might be the tip of the iceberg. That might be the tip of the iceberg. Concerning. I will tuck it away. Oh yeah, this is smoke. Oh my god. This is smoke, isn't it, guys? Yeah, you can see the outline of some stuff. Jesus. Wow. I mean, I guess this place got really, really cold. Okay, let me mark this off. Will that fireplace be uncentered? Usually I don't count those as fireplaces because it feels like these guys are always sprinkled in a weird spot. It's never come up in discussion before, but I usually let these guys slide, frankly. Like I said, it's never really come up, to be honest with you. Man. Did they just have no way to get the smoke out, really? Boy, that's crazy. That's not a fireplace, a wood stove. Big diff. Yeah, they don't do those around here. It contains fire. Boy. Okay. Studio lights. I guess they had all their they had all their paintings over there. Kitchen seems all right. It's all right. The catwalk is right up here. Okay. Y'all. I'm mildly concerned. About this base layer. Huh. I don't think it flooded, per se. Maybe did something permeate, maybe? If it flooded, the wood down there would be totally rotten. There is stuff getting through. Could be sludge or moisture slowly permeating this, maybe. It hasn't rotted the wood, but I'm sure there's, ticking time bomb here. Home belongs to the smoke monster from Lost. I can't believe how the smoke monster and the polar bear never really got explained. And back when Lost was really, really popping off and going, you had all these people who were theory crafting about stuff, and just those two just never got touched on. And they were some of the wildest shit early on, right? Okay. Bathroom, sure. You got your oh shit handle, you got your toilet paper. Lost had such a terrible end. I tapped out like a season or two before the end, I think. I had my fill. Thought they did explain the smoke monster and it was a shitty resolution. I don't think they ever did explain it, right? Smoke monster got explained much later. Polar bear kind of did. Did it really? What was the explanation? Actually, hang on. Do I have something here? Hang on. Hang on. Hang on, guys. Okay. You can tell me now. Tell me. What's the deal with the smoke monster? What's the deal with the polar bear? If anybody wants to volunteer, I've got the disclaimer up, I will let chat know when the Lost spoilers are over. Okay. Never watched Lost, but I read the synopsis. I think the smoke monster was a manifestation of the evil guy. Did they get into spiritual stuff? I thought it was supposed to be weird, made-up science about holes and things like that and time-space situation. I didn't think they ever got to the religious front. I thought it was just like pseudoscience stuff that they claimed, Magnetism. It was throw shit at the wall and make it stick. I feel like something I heard supposedly that in later seasons, the writing teams seem to really crib from and pull from fan theories, or at least pander to what fans were discussing, supposedly, which is what from what I recall hearing, that was about when things kind of got weird, I guess. Lost was nothing but spiritual stuff, at least under the surface. The Dharma Initiative was a big clue on that. I'm bad at clues. What do you want from me? They stole a lot of shit? Per 30 Rock, I understand the island is Hurley's dream. Really? I mean, I liked Hurley a lot. I feel Hurley was one of the things that was, like, pretty consistently enjoyable, honestly. Okay. Okay. Hang on. Lost spoilers over. You're welcome. There we go. There we go. Anyway, Jack dies. Everyone's happy. I didn't think that he died. I thought he was, like, lying on the ground at the end, I heard. But maybe that was him dying. Oops. I spoiled Lost. Okay. So, let's see here. Anything else? Anything else?
Jack dies, shut up.
Ooh. Look at the favor path on the door here. My goodness. Most important part is the dog lives. Uh-huh. And this is a secondary home? I see. Yeah, somebody popping over the stream. Somebody pops open the stream saying, ah, yes, taking a break from my Lost marathon to watch this Zillow stream. What's going on in here? Kate, Jack, and Locke are the three most hated characters? Were they? Huh. I'm thinking in my head. Locke did some weird stuff very often, and he often had like the Deus Ex Machina knowledge. He was interesting, I suppose, but it always seemed to be like he always was new. He almost always knew how the spiritual stuff worked, quote unquote. Let me see. That's house meat. That's meat. That's purple meat. Is that ube? New flavor. But even the actress stunk? Really? Okay, okay. Ooh, the gunch is coming in here, though. Boy, howdy. Anything else? Ugh, indeed. Ooh. This is definitely old house material. Oh, is she, Bella? Ooh, boy. It's the fluorides that messing with us. Okay. Well, they've ripped up the trim. It's possible... It's possible they had the moisture damage here and they had to rip this up, I suppose. It could be any number of things, frankly. The black mold hasn't taken this place yet, but I do feel like Mother Nature is coming in to take what is hers. You know what I mean? They do some fluorides in here. Saturate it. Maybe some 5G. Let's see here. So built in 98. I would have clocked it a bit older. One-of-a-kind earth home. 80 acres. Wow. 650,000 to 80 acres. Holy shit. Let's see. Anything else? Mostly just a... Oh, they even call it a catwalk. Look at that. Catwalk overlooking the den. All right. Anything else? Wow. B&Bill's reloading? Oh, yeah. We's out in gun country, y'all. My goodness. You will not tempt me with a good deal, Ohio. Let's see. What's the sales history? Nothing, really. Yeah. You're buying this place for the dirt. That's a lot of dirt. A bike score of 8. Wow. My goodness. Huh. Ain't that just the gosh darndest thing. Let me see. If I've got about 10 minutes before break, is there a short one I can goose honk. Which one are you? Hang on, y'all. Maybe you. You're a lot of photos. Oh yeah.
Huonk.
Let me see. Gonk. I might be able to do 2 fast ones. Oops. Okay, good. I didn't hit the... I thought I accidentally hit the close button on one of these. This guy? And you. Okay. Do this here. Do this here. This is one that I would love more photos of. But there are only 12. And goddamn. Goddamn. That is a tile backdrop that is painted over in the background. It gives it kind of a, if I'm perceiving this right, it gives it like a faux canvas texture. Really like it. Yeah, this is Honolulu. It is 2 million smackers, 4 bed, 4 bath. I mention that now because there's only 12 pictures, so you kind of have to use your imagination to picture how big this place is, I feel. Wall or ceiling painting. There we go. Oh no, is it Pineapple Plantation? Probably in the area. Probably. I don't know. But this is the overlook. We are very high up. Possibly near the top story, considering what's going on with the window here. It's a penthouse. Yep. This is money. This is money. Really gorgeous, though. But let me see here. Yeah, this is top floor for sure. Yeah, money coated. But it's still pretty cramped. That's a 40, almost 4,500 square feet. This place is massive then. Jesus. How many floors is this across if it's 4,500 square feet? Like, this kitchen is not very impressive, honestly. Like, if you're getting a penthouse location, I was expecting at least better sink, I guess? I don't know. They probably don't use it, probably. Oh no, dueling shitters? Dueling sinks? Oh wow, this is split screen co-op. Oh my, oh my. Excessively fancy Italian restaurant. Yeah, this is a slightly upscale place that moves into town to try to put the Olive Garden to shame. Suddenly you have 2 Italian restaurants. Gym. Bedroom. Okay, okay. Bedroom. Okay. Weirdly modest in a lot of places. Okay, let me do Splippy. And let me back up a photo. I was curious about the chair placement. Call. Okay, there it goes. There was a weird lag. Yeah, that's enough for me. There we go. And, yep, that's the last photo. I would love more photos, but only 12. 2 million.
Bingo.
Built in 89. Huh. Anything intriguing? It's presenting a European villa. One Waterfront Towers is located at the very east border of Kakako and downtown Honolulu. Oh, you're right at downtown. Hentai Mart and more. Wow. Curious. 400-year-old statues. Well, it's all about 400 years old. Wait. Oh, I misinterpreted that. The statues, I skipped over and I thought it was saying it's all about looking 400 years old. I didn't realize quite literally 400-year-old statues. Wow. The HOA. I feel like that's got to be $7,000 a year, frankly. That's still way too much, but... Boy. Most of the other listings are about 1 million. Actually, no. I see. For sale and removed a whole bunch. They tried to get a bite at twice the price. Almost 3 times the price they tried getting bites at in 2018. They've had no luck. Just walking it back slowly, huh? But how many floors is that across? Private entrance from the 42nd floor, but that's the only thing. Because that's still 4,500 square feet. That's several apartments worth of square feet. Huh. Okay. Looked up, this is not Waikiki, so not near the Yakuza stuff. I see. Okay. Well, let me tuck this away. I was thinking about doing a different one right after this, but it's 40 pictures, and we are hitting the, let me see. Can I, actually, I could probably blow through this one real fast, because I think the bit on this guy, yeah, let's do this guy. The bit on this is pretty straightforward, I feel. It's just funny to think about, frankly. Okay. This is in Garland, Texas. 3-bed, 2-bath, so pretty typical house size, I would say. Okay. Now, the thing here. I won't point it out immediately. Garland?
Garland will knock you all down.
Not Jack Garland, no.
I'm building this house my way.
Okay. So, eyes on the floor, guys. I feel this person who lived here knew a guy. They knew a tile guy. Or maybe they were the tile guy. Because they got some mileage out of the green stuff here. Oh yeah, that's the end of this game too. So let me do auto call. I'll do ankle breaker for next game when we start it. But this is the entryway. I like the doors of the entryway, it's cute. I feel the heavy usage of this tile is extremely tacky, you know? Not explicitly the color, but just the fact they've got the exact same material wrapping up to the wall. It makes me think of almost like a bathroom. You know what I mean? That's a place where I'm used to seeing tile on the ground and maybe wall matching. But also... Okay. The scalloped crown molding. I thought this was painted for a bit. It is actually textured at the bottom. Okay. A few places in previous photos it looked kind of weird. You know what I mean? And other than that, let me speed through these. Because I believe... God, that is weird. I guess this is cordoned off for like a den situation, I guess. Okay, washer, dryer, yeah. Guest bedroom, sure. Bathroom. Okay. Another guest bedroom. Ooh. Nice fan blades.
Stop, this water heater is read from right to left. Read this book the right way.
Oh, interesting. That's weird. An angled projection outward? Huh. Why is it doing that? And just in this bathroom, too. That's strange. Anything else back here? I don't think so. Oh no! They're stranded! Help the poor guy out!
Help me!
Barely holding on. Oh my god, oh my god. I was doing angled projection cabinets guy. Did you? Back Ard, the back 40. Sodite. And... Oh, where's this? Wait. That's just a shed. That's not this. Door... Kitchen... Where's this? Access from here. Was there another house we just didn't see from a blind spot somewhere? Can I get another shot of the outdoors, please?
Firmly.
Where it begins. Love never ends. Words I think of using the restroom, of course. I see. Let me start the next game before I forget. And let me do this. And let me do Michael. And let me do ankle breaker. Okay, okay. There we go.
That's me pissing.
That last photo. 26,000 Garland.
Storage shed remains.
Or is it has storage? Is it the storage shed remains, or the storage shed is here and remains? Oversized backyard, great for kids or parties. Storage shed remains. I see. Oh. Okay. The tile stuff was a little weird. Not a cardinal sin, but I thought it was funny. Okay, okay. Yeah, they ain't taking the Home Depot shed. Lucky us, right? Lucky us. Okay, okay. Let me bring up words on stream. And let me do this. And some of this. All right. Back in 5. Sees ya in a bit. Buh. Okay, okay. Just checking my next set of houses. Okay. Let me see here. Hey. Resize this. And some of that. Aww. House is looking a little, little squished. A little confined. Looking small. Ankle breaker right out of the gate. It is a little unorthodox. Already called ankle breaker last, or on the last house previously, so we've already got that sucker redeemed. Aww. Dig the colors. Honestly, something that's getting me a little weird here is the strange awning that doesn't project out. Like, what's the idea here?
Mixolydian
Mixy.
Scale just subscribed for 21
Maybe the 21.
months. Greetings from the wind tunnel. My fence fell over again.
No! Hello from the wind tunnel. Are you feeling aerodynamic? Maybe the 21. What's going on with the grout situation here? Big slabs. Big slabs of concrete. Okay. Well, maybe the inside is more spacious than what we're feeling. Oh, hold on. What's this say? Something's timeout? Tecmo's timeout? What does this say? What? Huh? Why am I suddenly not able to read this? What is this font? Tego's? Tegoways? Timeout? Okay. Maybe the description will say it's Old West font. It's right there. Itty bitty little arrow. All right. Well, small house, that's a paddling. Kitchen to the left, sofa to the right. Your access to the second story is this little number right here. So let me see here. This is to our left. I can see daylight. Hold on. We not doing weather stripping here, boss? I don't know, guys. I don't know. But, something that's really getting me here. There's a table. There's a chair. Right here? Am I cropping that? I am not. That is Primo, number 24. Primo. This has a whole bunch of, this is making shit easy for, Final Destination stuff. You know what I mean? That's just kitchen. I don't care about that. Where's the, actually, is there just not a sink over there? No sink. Really? Huh. Yep, so there's the ladder to get up there. No sink, huh? No? Okay. Here we are on the spacious second floor. There's a daybed over here. I would not trust it. Extremely Airbnb coded. It might be. Boy. I don't know about this, guys. Feeling a little... Ladder is so thin. But it slips in and it hides so conveniently. I don't know, guys. I don't know about this. It was weird to me when these off-the-grid or semi-off-the-grid houses have power but not water. Gosh, I guess that's the thing. This probably has nothing in the way of running water hooked up to it, but it's got electricity. What an odd selection of things. Technically a cuck chair. Technically is. Man. What is... Hang on, what's this? Oh, that's a hummingbird. Okay. Boy. Drink it in. Marinate in it. A lil guy encampment. But I don't see no chipmunks. It's there. Trust me. I lost it. People are motorboating out there. I've already forgotten where we are. Life Jacket Loner Station. Kids don't float. Oh, don't they? I thought we all floated down here. That's curious. Uh-huh. Is this a neighbor you're showing us? Why are we perceiving this other building? We'll see about that. That's right. Wow. 185,000 Lake Bay, Washington. Let me see here. Rare opportunity to own half-acre with water view on Heron Island. 320 square foot tiny home classified as an outbuilding. It says it has water, but I did not see a bathroom. I did not see a sink. A large pull-out... Wait, hang on. A main level with kitchen, dining area, living space. Okay, so the sofa has a pull-out bed. Upstairs loft. Property has a 10 by 10 shed, kennel, paddle boat. But there's not a shitter. You ain't got a shitter, right? Sewer? None. It has septic planned and permitted, but not built. It's basically done, is what you're telling me, right? Price estimation. Wow, that's optimistic. Well, let me shunt you to the Netherverse. What was this guy? I moved this to the second. Oh, right. Okay. Something slightly different. 38. Price spoiler. It is in Newtown, not Newton, Newtown Square, Pennsylvania. Okay. Freshly snowed pun. Yeah, all right. I like the driveway. I like the lead up. Looks good. Ooh. Is this the coveted buffet cup glass window? Hey. Uh-oh. Well, the house is dry, but we have a coloration that reminds me of black mold and mildew. Yes. The attractive color spread. Sneck floor. Yep. I've seen cowboy boots that look like that. And it continues. Welcome to the shag carpet in the den. They have a lot of mid-century modern furniture. Big time. What's is that just an old radio? Wow. Let me mark you off. Old-timey radio, looking like. This is a back door I am seeing here. There's daylight. Yeah. Okay. We have one of those radios. Does it still work? Whoa. Huh. Okay, it's got some slate or tile right here. Okay. I was like, does that go right up to the carpet? That's weird. Okay. What is the... Why would you make carpet this coloration? Like, there is the whole notion of shag carpet fads and stuff like that being in vogue, but this is such a gross color combination, right? I could see other color pairings, but like black and orange? Black and yellow? I don't know. Okay. Saloon doors! Yes, sir. To hide your suit. What does this lead to? There's something nestled here. Possibly a fridge? I'm peeking below the saloon door. Is that laundry room? Beside a bar? Not impossible. It's kind of weird though, right? Kitchen. All right. All right. Cute little kitchen. Okay. Very grandma, grandpa era appliances I am seeing here. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. The dining table. Looks good. Looks good. All right. Mm-hmm. And this is another older radio here. Yeah, all right. Okay, okay, those aren't sliding doors. Just dual doors. Huh. That looks cozy. Upper half of that thing looks like a shallow alcove, but the bottom half looks like there's something there, maybe a mini fridge. I was thinking mini fridge because that is next to a bar setup, right? And people in these houses love LARPing the possibility of being a bar type person. Okay, so this is the living room here. Ooh. Man. It always takes me back to see this material and color on upholstery. I had a couple grandparents that were really big into furniture like this. My father's parents, specifically. My mother's ones were the ones that were big into, that make me think of the crystallization of early 90s decor. You know what I mean? Huh. I like this curtain setup. It was a bit more common in some of the old mid-century modern setups. Always a nice presentation piece, you know? Because without this, it looks so boring. I feel like the next iteration past this is like, oh, we're going to do vertical blinds, and it just looks like shit, right? Whoa. I love me a carpet that looks like ground beef. Boy, look at that. What are we thinking, 80-20 here? Typically, the blanket doesn't go over the pillows. Well, they do things differently back in the day, it seems. Wow, that is bright. That is a bright red. Suddenly out of nowhere. I'm sure there's something ground into that carpet. The flavor of foot pads. Oh no! Well, the carpet doesn't go up to the shower. The sink by itself is not enough. This is borderline, not quite, but also just the little bit of backsplash here. I mean, whoops. Hang on, did I hit left or right? It's enough to keep the wall dry, but just a little swatch splatted up here. It's distracting me from this cute window. It's got these shutters and a lever to open it. That's nice. What's that valve next to the sink? Water? Gas? Oh, this is, whatever it is, it's doing a hard right turn. Water shut off, probably. The water there's an additional water shut off here, presumably for hot. I don't see a second one. There should be one for hot and one for cold. This goes outside to something, maybe. Hey, Orforio. How are you? Welcome to the greenhouse. Love that color. Ooh. But with the pink, it kind of makes me think of a watermelon. Okay. Had the worst journey home from bath, and we just left the bathroom. And also, boy, at least it's a better color than what was in the den. When I bought my home, it had the same color green shag carpet. My goodness, I just noticed the trim on these. I really love these shutter windows. There was one of these in the bathroom that we just saw the edge of. This is so charming. And Orforio, if you want to see something kind of gross, before they even have the chance to say, no, I'm good, I'm already going back, say, hey, check this shit out. How do you feel about the color of the shag carpet in this? I still don't know what this is, guys. Entertainment space? Because we already had a den. Burn it down. I don't see signs of cigarette smoke so far here, which is interesting. Guess they weren't smokers here. I don't see the ghosts of any paintings and stuff like that, you know? Imagine what that carpet's hiding. I'm still weirded out by the ground beef colored shag carpet in the bedroom. Okay, so accidental spoilers. I did show this for a second. It's making me think vaguely of plaid just because of this pop of red. Makes me think of the typical plaid. Ooh, so the shutters have the split door configuration as well. Got 4 fucking doors for this one window. That's crazy. I love that. Did I miss a goblin door? Did I miss a goblin? Well, these are just cabinets. This is just storage, you know? That's a tar pit cut right there, though. There's no strip dividing them. So let me call random. Okay. It's a fungus growth. Ooh. It's not a tapestry. It is a big old wallpaper of a sunset, but also it has this trim outline to make it feel like it's a big painting. Yeah, it's a wallpaper. It looks like you see the bottom right. It looks like they had a runner along the bottom and it broke off. And they just never got around to gluing it on. Because you see the tiny bit of the edge down here. On your fat head. That is Shallot's beautiful noggin. I'll have you know. I am off to the side. Do not besmirch my beautiful boy. Okay. Ooh, that's carpeted bathroom. Jesus Christ. That's weird.
Father, help, I am being besmirched.
I'm sorry, my boy. Let me see. Carpeted bathroom. Oh boy. That's moss carpet? Yeah. We've seen it elsewhere. Boy, look at the... Wait a minute! Hang on. I gotta... Can I get this to zoom properly? Oh, that's Gunch. That's Gunch. It hasn't spread too far, but there is something there I don't like the coloration of. Mark this off. Visible damage. Yeah. Anything else here? No. Boy. Whoa, big house of the neighbors, actually. Jesus. Use tile like a normal person, then you can clean it with bleach. Well, this was definitely how the house was stylized, I feel, and they just never bothered to change that stuff. It's kind of like how you can look at old Columbo episodes and see carpeted bathrooms. $695,000, 1971.
Multiple offers received, offers due by Sunday, March 8th at midnight.
Anything else? Pardon me, doing a big yawn. Oh, Crumb Creek. I thought it was named Chum Creek or something. Anything fun in this description? Where's my water? Do not walk the property without an appointment. I see. Goshen Road. Oh, wow. Not as much as the neighbor. What was the price again? $695,000. I see. Price history. First time on the market. Is the estimate tanked from the listing? Yeah, it's looking like they had some neighbors in the area that sold for more. This place is a little below that, I'm guessing. Newton Square, Pennsylvania. Not walkable, not bikeable. If you're walking around outside your property on foot, they'll shoot you. Okay. Let me see here. Who did I want to go to next? I have this house. I have this one. I have this one. What am I feeling? I think I'm feeling this. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I got our next victim. Let me see. Well, there is some interesting specters I'm seeing here. Okay, left to right. Garage, there's hoops. So let me mark that off. Hoop. But also curious. What is this? Big ol' winder? Big ol' winder? Oh no, it's sweating? It's sweating under the pit of the window? And then there's just a lot of smearing of material over here. Scalloped out. I think you're right, actually. Because I don't know what would be leaking moisture to this degree. It probably is projecting a smidge. It's got a bit of a chin. Okay. A lot of patchwork, though. You can see lots of little places, like these floodlights here. They had to crack these off. There's whatever's going on here. Okay, okay. What about the front? Some stuff cracking off. Okay, okay. Okay. A lot of gunch down there. Urgh. Well, it's out in the elements. These things happen. Where are we? Vineland or Vinland, New Jersey. Oh. Is that us still? I guess it is. God. Zillows are on Sundays. Sometimes I do a bonus stream like I did on Friday, but the Zillows are just Sunday. Gaming stuff otherwise. Boy. So I'm getting the sense there was a handyman involved here who was not good at their craft. A lot of things look like pretty, I feel, poorly handled, and they're coming apart at the seams, trimmed off. What is going on with this garage? What is going on here? Oh, what the? Level? What level are you? Why is there, like, hang on. Okay. You can move this, yes. It is a board that's tucked into a holder. It's got a little peekaboo hole. That's an eagle. What the? What a weird thing to have on the front door in this day and age. Wow. I'll call that for goblin. We all know what it is, of course. Those are so rare. I do like them. That's the goblin entrance. Goblins, everybody knows that goblins refuse to use doors that are too big for them. And this is how you let the goblin into your house. Kitchen. Okay, stainless steel backsplash. Okay. Some yellowed glass over here. Older dishwasher. What are you? Oh. Yeah, I like the stained glass panels. Also the dishwasher. This has them chunky buttons. Look at that. Look at that. That's like 80s chunky buttons. It's not a Kermit, is it? Maybe. Is he wearing a hat if he's a Kermit? Or is that the stone behind his head? I guess maybe he's in front of a slightly differently colored stone. It barely worked. Yeah. The ones I've seen like this barely worked as well. Like, the ones that did work, they were like in dire need of like new stripping or something because they'd usually leak and sweat. Kermitesque. Okay. Anything, any fun tchotchkes here? Some glass Coke bottles? Which isn't weird, which isn't strange in itself, but... Oh, but suddenly... Remember to vacuum the ceiling, my friends. Ooh, boy. Turfed ceiling? Could be... Is that Friends? Watching Friends in my turfed den? Any fun stuff on the shelves over here? Smiley face. Hang on. Hang on. I need to jump scare people. Copy image. Yes. Hang on. I gotta jump scare people. How should I describe this? How should I phrase this? You Onion Jacques. Beg pardon. Is that Scrooge McDuck over on the Union Jack? Really? No, it looks like a coat of arms or something. Also, these have to be... They may not be decorative, but those are absolutely like ancient Cyclopedia Britannicas or something like that, right? Man. How should I phrase this? How should I phrase this? I'm trying to think of how to word or tag what to put wording wise with an AstroTurf ceiling. Pubcore. I will tuck it away for now. I'll put something out into the ether if I have a eureka moment. Boy. So, done with Alexander the Great? Weird photos, I gotta say. Yeah? Yeah? Bathroom. What's in the bathroom? You got Darth Vader themed coloration? Okay, okay. Anything I want to dwell on in here? Yeah, I saw there were movie posters. The Alexander the Great one really stuck out to me. All right. Pretty ho-hum whatever bathroom. It's fine. There's the shower. Hiding in there. And then we have... master bedroom. Okay. Shitload of shoes. My God, my God. How many people use this bed? Yeah? Go Birds. Is that who it was? Incense burning. Okay. A lot of storage. That's good storage. Yeah. Anything else? No? Can I get a good look at the interior of the garage? No? I want to see in the garage. No? Wait. What's that say? Let it smell. Already called Michael's this game. Okay. Let it smell. Mikey the Snowman. Let me see here. Vineland or Vinland. Who knows? Who knows? Charming Mediterranean-style home. Huh. Any fun tidbits, treats? Detached 3-car mechanics garage is a rare bonus. Complete with a paint booth and plumbing still in place. Wow. I would have liked to have seen the interior of the garage, honestly. Like, does this mean that it also, if it's mechanics, that might imply it also has like a bay for working underneath the vehicle, I suppose? Mediterranean's doing some heavy lifting. Yeah, it's kind of a throwaway descriptor they kind of use at times to sound fancy, but I don't know if it really cashes out on anything really consistent in design. People just say, oh, it's Mediterranean inspired. You got a shitter for your car? I mean, is that what we're going to call the bays underneath it? Do they have the car shitter? Built in 45. Yeah. I wonder if this was like a humble, like, place of business a long time ago. You know what I mean? Could have been. Could have been. I wonder if that is the case, actually. It's strange to have a nice garage like that, secluded. Unless the person who owned it previously or built it was like a big car freak. Okay. Yep. Walkable, bikeable. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right. Let me see here. Okay, who am I feeling for the next house? I suppose this guy. I suppose this guy will work. All right. Okay. Purpose-built garage for real work from before the house was built. I was wondering about that, like if maybe the house was used for something different and added on to over the time. It was kind of tucked a ways in the back. Okay, so neutral colors. Okay, are these real? I think they're real. They might be. I don't know. Well, we'll venture forth. What is the? Hang on. What? What are these chairs? Huh. Okay, I can see what's going on with the chairs, but those really do suck. Oh my god. Vile chairs. Jesus. Huh. But I was also kind of caught by what's going on here with the spacing here. Huh. Okay, I think I see it. There's like, the center of these tiles look like they have like an opaque finish, but the borders are glossy to reflective. It made me think there was like a massive gap in here. Actually, maybe there is. Maybe there is. Maybe it's stainless or something not stainless, but something really reflective and they're really spaced far apart. That's weird. Either way, it's strange. Okay. Okay, the gathering table. Yes. But also... Okay. It's not a sex thing. It's not a sex thing. It does kind of make me think of a sex thing. Maybe a little. Swingers, as mentioned, okay? Hang on. Do I have to screenshot this? It looks like I have to screenshot this because I cannot copy image. Let me do some of this. Let me do some of this. Okay. Tucking that away for later. This is like the 6 swinging dining set. I mean, not this month. I spaced them out. Give me some credit here. But also, what is up with the painted horses / zebras we keep seeing? It's always horses and zebras. They just have this whole splatter paint thing. Yep. Fruit stripe gum, everybody salute, rest in peace. Why, though? Could be worse, could be giraffe. You're right, it could be giraffe. What is going on with these? Huh. It looks like this is just a really shitty set of candlestick holders, or candle holders. I don't think it's a bone candelabra. Isn't it just like really spindly candles that just aren't able to sit straight in here and they're just teetering? Looks like little bony ends. Let me see. Okay. Oh. Ooh, what the? They got a little golden sluice. The walls have a Deus Ex texturing. Let me do gold for this. This is a little over the top. Okay. At some wallpaper.
My toilet is augmented.
Looks like over here it is. Oh. Oh. Concerning. Concerning. Hang on. Let me do one of these. I've got a backlog of things to slap onto Blue Sky and stuff, I think. Don't report me. Don't report me. I swear. This is for a bit. Okay. Locked away. And... okay, 4-poster, no canopy. What is up with that? Huh. Hang on. So, 4-poster, no canopy. Strange. It is a cube bed thing, right? Okay, I can see where the junctions are. Boy, peculiar. Okay, I'm used to seeing the, just the marrying together of the ends by themselves. This little web part in here is a little unusual. 'Tis cube, though, and also a sensual peeking from the zebra. Oh, hello. I didn't see you come in. They're big on zebras here, I'm
ド
noticing.
リーさんとチャードザセクシーナンバー。Wait, was that horse statue in the living room covered with wax drippings?
No, no, it's
This
pink,
is
for sure.
10%
Oh.
A house of
No, 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 no.
repute.
It's absolutely not a sex thing. Shall it cover your eyes? Thank you for the sexy again, Driacent. Okay. Yeah, just the lazy room, okay. Another okay, there's the sauna. Splippy. I see they've also got a electric fireplace recessed into the wall over there. Haven't seen that in a bit, actually. But what a... hang on. That's a big shower. Wow. That's big shower. There's a rainfall over there. 2 typical shower heads over there. I don't think these are jets. These are handles, right? Why do you need that many shower heads? Why? A lot of marble, though. Okay, let me do... Splippy's already done. I'm going to do baffling shower. Oh, no, we've already done baffling shower. Okay. Let me close this. Wait, I know this is a master bedroom and master bath, but do you have to have it as an entirely glass door / wall? Huh? The fuck is with those faucets? Hang on, I'll look in a second. That's a first. How do they keep inventing new faucets? Huh. And is this a... I think this is a massive sink trough, actually. It's hard to see because it's shock white, but this looks like just one massive basin, I think. I think it is, because I don't see it come back up. You don't understand bathrooms like this that look slippery as hell? There's not even any mats down there. I'd hope that when normal people are here, they have mats, but then again, they've got... okay, they got closets full of clothing, so... Okay. We're on the second question mark floor somewhere. They've got another tucked away no canopy bed. Cow chair in front of mirror. Okay, okay. This is like a guest thing, so it's going to be a little cramped and weird. Oh, come the fuck on. Really? Now? And a ball pit? Come on. Come on. Ridiculous. All right, all right. Why the ball pit? There's barely any balls in there, too. I figure you have your own personal ball pit for the kiddo. You'd want to have more, right? This feels like not enough. They're all posh colored, too. Why not have bright colored ones? I hate this fucking guy. I want to punch him. All right. Dashcon at home. Oh no! It's woman again! And have I already done base in this game? I have not. This is good enough. Gosh. This basin looks like a fancy ashtray. I say this because my father is a smoker of many years, who I believe is effectively quit now, and he absolutely had an ashtray that kind of looked like this, you know? How do you clean those sinks? I'm assuming that maybe the interior is flush and the exterior is textured, but I really don't know from looking at it here. But why this? Then again, this is the house that had the booby wallpaper. Hang on. Wet grass. Okay. Hold on. What? They got gamer energy drinks over here. There's wet grass, whatever that may be a reference to. And, whoa. Rate my stream setup, Jesus. Huh. I see. Death Stranding reference? The CEO house. You know, they got some of these nip-nop chairs. Okay. Gosh, what a shitty chandelier. This is your house? Please admit it. This house is far too pinkies up to be me. This is such a terrible light chandelier thing. Like, maybe diffusing the light is the purpose, but it's so hideous, and the seating isn't even directly over it. Yeah, and there's the dustiness as well. 2 million dollars. Kinnelon, New Jersey. Kinnelon Borough. I don't know. Stunning wall of windows. Is that referring to the bathroom that had the windows there, maybe? Okay. Guys. Intimate sitting area. What could that imply? Sleek 3-car garage, generous storage. Yeah. Sensual materials. Does the zebra come with it? Stage this space? No. I see your terrible emoji. I know you're gonna AI that stuff. It's shit enough already. Sold 5 years ago? A little under 5 years ago for $1 million. And they're flipping it for twice that. Huh. Fill it with giraffes? Maybe the zebra thing is bad luck. It's been pretty consistently north of $1 million, though, it looks like. Or at least right at $1 million, you know? Huh. Hang on. There we go. That'll work out. Hang on. I need to jump scare people. I am behind on my out of context shit posting onto social stuff. Let me see. This here. Okay. And here. Okay. Okay, good enough. And let's see. So what do we got? A little over an hour. So let me do words for a round, okay? because before I came back from the break, I cased maybe about half of these, but I've still got like 10 of them I need to peek at. But I know, yeah, not that. I want to double check the ones I'm wrapping up on to see how fast I need to start up on those. Just so I don't leave things out, because I think I actually have to jump to that like pretty soon if I want to get through all the ones this week. There we go. Let me do this. The wet grass rug is apparently a famous discontinued IKEA rug that goes for $800. It sounded familiar to me, but I'm not sure if I'm imagining that. I don't know what context, but I feel like I've seen that or heard of it. Ooh. 81 photos, but you are interesting. Okay, hang on, guys. Oh, gosh. Is this a quickie? Might be. Might be. Oh, weird. Okay. This guy. This guy. What are you? You can wait, probably. Okay. Didn't I show this one already? I did not. No. Okay, I have to show this one. I think I have to show this one. Yes. Okay. How many photos was this guy? Oh god, a lot of photos. Okay, okay. I've got to get moving on some of these then. You... Whoa. Oh, shit. Okay. I am absolutely behind on these. I should have probably jumped ahead right after... I should have jumped ahead to this stuff right after we came back, actually. Well, better to be spoilt for choice than the opposite, I suppose. And, okay, that guy is already there. So, okay. Okay, I've already double dipped on this guy. That's fine, that's fine. Okay. I think we're good. I think we're good. And let me see here. Move this here. Okay. Words out of the way. Close that. I don't think we'll need words again. Okay, okay, okay. Let's go to Sweden. We're going to Sweden. I don't know if we've had Sweden before on here, actually. Let me see here. Bit of a weird layout here, so I'm going to have to scale and perceive this on a different monitor. Okay, okay. We just had an IKEA rug, so, right? I was foreshadowing. Kind of like what's going on up here. That's cool. How symmetrical. This is a really cool listing. This is very cool. I can't recall. This might be something like a former schoolhouse or a boarding situation. I didn't stare at the pictures too long before tucking this away. And there is a summary we can translate to dispel anything. Let me see here. Is the kitty hanging out on our pebbles? The kitty's... I don't know what the cat's sitting on. I usually have like a chair asset, but they're so large. They're perched on something. Don't worry about it. They're comfy. Now, let me see here. Okay. Very nice photography around the area. Gosh. Kind of curious about the history of this place. Okay, interior, first shot. It looks like this might be... They might have had a bunk bed situation here, maybe? Like they had the mattresses right in there? Possibly? This does read kind of like a bedroom of sorts, maybe. But I'm seeing flooring. I'm not sure what's going on with the flooring. That's not the base material, I don't think. That's just heavily weathered, yeah? Well, actually, they did rip up stuff over here, it looks like. Okay, okay. So there's some renovation going on the floor. Or at least it's nibbled by the years and elements. Okay. And another shot of the same room. There's a fireplace in the corner. We can see a bit of this over here. Looked like glue that remained from scraping linoleum or tile. That's what I'm thinking from the further off shot we saw toward the window display. Haunted but in a fun way. Ghost played by Robin Williams. This is a whimsical ghost experience. It'll be fine. Okay. And this is still the same room. Such a strange little fireplace. It looks like at least they were able to keep the fire consistently tucked in the corner at least. All right. Is this still that same room? Very, very charming though, I gotta say. And let's see here. So, what is, it's not gonna be English, of course, but, you know. Okay. Folks can screenshot that if they like, you know? Yeah, I saw it's German. This is, I pulled out, I believe it was German, but I looked at the listing, and unless I'm getting my wires crossed, this was like smack dab in the middle of Sweden. Because I remember looking on a map, because there was nothing specifically domain-wise that spelled it out to me, because I was like, where is this? And I did map view, and it was just right there in the middle, you know? Little family painted on the door. Yeah. That's cute. Now, let me do painting. Have I already done wall or ceiling painting? I have not. Wall or ceiling painting. There we go. Okay, okay. Actually, congrats, Mixie. Where are we? That is number 4. Okay, okay. All right, same room. And that is 5. Okay. Another painting over here. Let me start the voting in a second. Lots of little paintings throughout, though. Boy. Leaving offerings before the king? I see. I see. Do this here. Auto call. There we go. Little paintings are very cute. They are. Even these chairs right here. These feel kind of, not homeschooly. They feel like very designed for kiddos. Most of the doors seem to have painting on them, actually. Oh, hello, wood. Yeah. Okay, and that's the room we started out in over there. This is the main kitchen itself. There's a stove right there. Sink. Cabinets. Okay, okay. All right. Looks nice. For a second, I thought I saw cube glass. Oh, another kitchen? No longer creepy because I can only imagine a cute family living here. Yeah, no creepy ghost children. Boy. Are those cube? Is that enough? Is that enough? Gosh, if that, I'm just imagining a tactile feeling of that being actual glass and how pleasing that would feel. You know what I mean? I hope that slides open and closes real neatly. I just kind of want to feel the drawer action. Okay, next game we'll do cube. You need to feel it, yeah. Also need to taste it. Some of those were green. That could have some of the extra flavor on it. You know what I mean? Drawers, just flat wood pockets. I was looking at those drawers and I would just think of like garage storage, and my brain just thought, oh, that's gonna have like a mishmash of random ass screws inside of it, right? That's the only explanation. And not sure of the purpose of this room. It looks like, Curious.
What's up with the wall fridge?
Or 40, I think of the 48.
Orforio just subscribed
4
for
years?
48 months.
Jesus Christ.
Rolling the dice one more time.
Thank you so much. Good luck on the dice roll. Love it. Old houses have a bunch of random built-in storage cabinets. It's very nice. Doc, thank you for the 34.
Dr. Smasher just subscribed for 34 months. Let's roll again.
Oh, that's right. I can't flip to the right on here. I have to scroll. There are a lot of kitchens here, oddly enough. I'm wondering just what the story was with this place. A lot of paintings on the walls everywhere. Boy. Let me go ahead and start the next game. And I will do cube glass. Okay. Starting next game. Cube. Okay. Okay. Maybe it used to be a little Bible school or something? The kitchens is what's getting me. Definitely meant for having people overnight in some places. There were the bunk beds built into that one room, but that's just one room. The others are kind of blank canvases. Okay, that's another bed frame right there. That's interesting. It's tucked behind this little nook over here with these little decorative lattices. All right. You view the balcony. Uh-huh. Turlet. Yes. Or is it a crib? It sits a little low, but I can't say for certain what they're up to over in these older houses over in Europe.
Guys!
Definitely a pizza oven. It's the only explanation. Boy. And then another stove situation. Huh.
What do you want on your tombstone?
I'm your huckleberry. Or very small cremator. Crematorium? Who knows? This place has secrets and it ain't gonna tell me what they are. If it does, it's probably not gonna be in English though. Like, what's this? I don't know. Could be drainage. Could be an ancient sump pump. And then there's the obelisk. Ooh. Rust. Oh, suddenly modern tech. Yeah. Okay. There's been some renovation here. Then suddenly, the loft. Oh. Intriguing. Just sawdust? Huh. Okay. Exterior's a little gnawed. Little aged. It's holding up well, though. Boy. And that's the last of it. Now, let me see. Can I do translate English? Let me see. Let's see how this gets it. Zorn-inspired log house? Whoop. Show description. Chance to acquire property out of the ordinary, greeted by a Zorn-inspired villa, designed by Anders Lidberg. Oh, is that Swedish? Yeah, this place is kind of like smack dab the center of Sweden, I believe? Hang on. Let me... Name drop, right, that's what I was looking for. More like Zork. I'll put the link to this in chat. There's a good amount to dig your teeth into if you want to read. You're going to have to translate most likely. So let me go ahead and put this in here for anybody who is curious. Since I kind of want to move through some houses, and I don't want to get too down into the weeds on reading stuff. Price about $185,000. Yeah, at least getting a brief look at it from map view, it did feel like it was maybe a little isolated, but I don't know too much about where the big pops in population are in Sweden. I just figured mainly along the shoreline, then further inland, further north, it kind of gets a little sparser maybe. And I was looking, I was like, it's probably not a massive population around there, right? Like I said, I didn't really search into it too much past that. All right, let me tuck this away. Okay, okay. Now, who did I want to show? I believe you were one of them. If I have 50 minutes, though, I do kind of want to show you, yeah. Okay, okay. Let me rearrange my windows. Okay. Squish this down a little bit and resize. All right. Oop. Gimme. Yep. Yeah. Okay. Okay. The grossly fully upholstered chairs. Vile. It's almost like it's wearing a full denim bodysuit. You seeing this shit? Right where you're eating? No. The grease. The chairs. Exactly. Glass table is Miami. Cocaine and... It is in Miami. You are correct. I was about to say, is there a spoiler on screen? I keep forgetting about the water printing. But this is absolutely Miami. Ooh, they've got... Huh. Just hemp walls. Okay. Haven't seen that in a bit. Well, well, well. We do have a reflective ceiling here. So let me do this. Let me do this. Okay, okay. I will nudge cocaine decor here. It's game 4. It is Miami. There are a lot of glass surfaces here. This is firmly 80s, 90s couture. That's enough to nudge it. Everything is... It's Miami. Everything is cocaine decor. So judgmental. My goodness, friends. Kitchen... Not that interesting. I was expecting something a little more upkept, you know? Okay, okay. Did I miss meat? I don't see any meat here. Nothing meat-wise here. The meat cabinet? Meat cabinet. Meat... Oh! Holy fuck. Why do you... I mean... I'm hoping it's seasonings they like using on meat. I wouldn't leave my meat out in room temperature, okay? Can't quite make out what's on that one, though. Who puts meat in the cabinet above the counters? Where else do you want me to put my meat? Okay, wall phone. Hey. Hey. That's enough for Miami, right? Old World Tech, wall phone. Oh, it's kosher? Also, microwave and stove combo. A rare sight. Well, well, well. Let's see. Bathroom with... Oh. Huh. Got basin and decorative fixtures. That's cute. Huh. I kind of like that. That's cute. And then the bedroom. Oh my god, the office setup for the cuck chair? Oh my god. Oh my god, you have to sign forms in triplicate if you want to use this thing. Step inside my office. All right. The entire wall is kind of reflective-ish. Hang on. I'm trying to decompile this layout. That's mirror there. This is vertical panes. There's also reflective ceiling. Let me do mirror hell. because even if I'm not perceiving this correctly, it's not mirror hell. Chuckle. The burden of knowledge. Don't worry about it. Okay. That's the sex evaluation office. Gosh, I just noticed the bed is surrounded by tile. They've got the bed situated.
Is that the cook desk?
It's like they've got carpeted flooring, but for the bed specifically, they've got tile all seated around it. My goodness. Okay. Wild. Easier to clean, I guess. The splash zone? Ooh, that's crazy. Full mirror setup over here. Oh, but where's this? Oh no. Wow, we haven't had a good mirror hell like this in a hot minute, have we? And look, you can't even see the tripod, I don't think. And fabric ceiling, that too. Wow. The idyllic mirror hell. Oh boy. At least you can kind of see the exit. Gosh. Do you think this was for dining room? Like, this is such an overload for a dining room. There's a closet, there's a door there. There's 2 cabinet situations here. We are standing at a doorway right now. Husband thinks it's a closet. Gosh. Somebody thought that was a good idea. Whoa. Wasn't expecting the silk curtains. Well, not silk, actually. It's actually, not quite silk. Not sure what that is. It could be a couple things. It's not fake leather. No, it could be fake leather. Latex curtains. Yeah. Have we done Splippy? I've not. Hang on. Let me jump scare people with an image. Oh boy. I kind of want to jump scare people with something. Hang on. Is this where I want to throw this? Sure. Yeah, sure. That'll work. Yeah, that'll work. Bip. Okay. Now then. What else we got in store? Closets, okay. Oh. Is it a different bathroom? Or is this the... Yeah. Okay. There's the shower, yeah. Closet, okay. Twin beds, yeah. Say what you will, it's pretty spacious in the bedrooms, I guess. Oh. Huh. Hang on. Wow. They really matched that color, didn't they? Wow. They really matched that color pretty well. Goodness. The wood room? I'll take this for excessive wood. For sure. Do you think they called this something like the smoking lodge or something like that? Houses used to do that a lot. Boy, it's so tricky to get a wall paint to match curtains and things like that, you know? Just because of how they dry, it often ends up being like, oh, it matches this, and then you look at it after it dries, and you're like, oh, it's actually just off. Oh. And it leads to a bit of a bar sink. There's a little bar fridge there, and we're out on the patio. So this is the entire place. Huh. Okay, that's felt. Wait, you mean the wall is felt? I was thinking about that, but... Is it an actual fabric on the walls? It does have a texture to it, but that could be a few things? It's sad that there's very few things that we rule out when it comes to topics like that. I'm not sure. It could be. Freaky. Oops. Accidentally clicked off. There's a wrinkle in it near the middle corner. Hang on. A wrinkle. Because I did see this right here, but my brain is thinking about wallpapers, and I've kind of seen things like this before. I see the wrinkle here. I don't know. I still feel it's probably a wallpaper. I don't know. People are weird with decor. People tack all kinds of things to walls. Boy, howdy. Sauna. And then, yeah. That's the lobby. Commoners deal with that. 1.1 million. Built in 74. Retro Miami glam style. I feel like it needed more people in blazers with the sleeves rolled up, you know, to really fit that whole Miami Vice situation. Okay. Anything else? What do you mean, ew? 3.5K HOA? Yep. Wow. Sold 99 for 300,000, and then brought up now 25 years later, pretty consistently north of $1 million. Hotel style design. Oh, totally. Okay. Let me see. I have, 35 minutes. I have 5 tabs I was hoping to get to. Let me see. How many pictures is this one? Okay. I feel like I have to show this guy. I have to show this one. Hey guys. How about an actual listing from Japan? I believe this is actually in Japan from what I am seeing here in my description and also the URL. For sale in Hokkaido. Yep. Okay. Let me see. I may have to oversize this a smidge. Oh, yeah. Finally, the real article. Well, let's see. Oh. Wow. This is perfect for keeping all the ruffians outside. This tacky little realtor sign in the bottom left. At first I thought it was like a specific placement for a photo, but it's actually just, photoshopped here. Seems reasonably sized. Oh! There it is! I was wondering where it was. My goodness. Oh. From the fields? Very nice lead up. I could picture myself riding up on horseback. Oh, there's a toilet over here. Oh, there's that answered. Okay, we got one shitter in Akabira Tokugawa Castle? Akabira Tokugawa Castle, yes. It's the Konbini. Finally, I can get one of those fancy like 7-Eleven sandwiches people never shut up about. Oh, did you know the Konbini is way nicer over here? 13 minutes away
Come
from
shit, my lord.
from Eon Takikawa. Hour and a half from New Chitose Airport Terminal. Huh. Okay. And hour from Furano Ski Resort. Here we go. Okay. Hour 15 from Sapporo Station. Suddenly, jump scare. What the fuck? Huh. Okay, somebody used an AI filter to clean up their face. They still look like shit, though. Oh. Let me see. Let me do cryptid. Okay. Gaijin. Now, okay, right. I can't use the arrows for left and right. I can do this up here, though. A lot of storage. Jesus. Okay. Ooh. Spooky. Holy shit. Some of these photos. Yeah, I was about to say, this looks like some photos somebody developed from the 90s right here. Goodness. I mean, it's very homely. Castle Labyrinth. Let's see. Cryptids. Have I already done cryptid this game? I have. Alright. Let me see here. But... you literally just did it? Look. Me forget things sometimes, mostly, okay? Roofline's looking okay. Like to think there's a sudden white guy for this? That's such a strange thing to have his selfie right there. It's just like, ah! But he also used an AI filter to smooth over his wrinkles, but he still looked like shit, and it gave him like a weird turkey neck thing. Because it was like, I don't know what's going on with this wrinkle here. Okay. But, ooh, uh-oh. Little bit of damage. The cannon fire definitely got this right here. You're going to want to patch this up, okay? Otherwise, I could see myself skittering along here. LARPing as a ninja or something, I don't know. But that is it for this listing. Oh, wow. 6-story castle in Hokkaido. Farmland and proletariat, super central location. Don't wait! Japan only has one castle. It's very far away. It takes half a day to get there if we travel by my dragonfly. No, it's not in Spain. We flew drones overhead recently, replacing roof tiles and fixing damaged parapets. It is estimated to cost 8 million yen. Current property tax is 1.2 million. Unless you are a shogun, you will need to run a business here to help pay the taxes. Invite your friends to come over and watch the TV special Shogun from your own castle. Act fast. Huh. Did you know? It's the only castle. But not a koi pond in sight. I'm not going to give you any screen presence. No. So confused. We're still half an hour away from the stream ending. But I'm just kind of thinking about a raid message from all this nonsense. Japan only has one castle. What is he talking about here? It takes half a day to get there if we travel by my dragonfly. Is this a reference? Okay. Year built 1991. Genuinely, was this built in 1991?
Aye, I'm your little butterfly.
Green, black, and blue. Colors in the sky. Okay. Now, we have been abroad for a bit. Actually, do I have another abroad listing? I do have an abroad listing. Hang on. Where is this? We have a Netherlands listing. We can get through this one pretty fast, I think. Because the main bit is The houses. They is cubed, y'all. Houses is cubed. Look at it. Look at it. What do you mean, goddamn Netherlands? Such disrespect for our cubed brethren.
Father.
Yes. I've already done cube. Damn. Okay. Okay. Interior, I will go briskly. We've got 40 pictures here. But, oh God, we're surrounded. POV, you're fucking trapped. Oh no, I'm on the ground. They're about to start kicking me. No! Don't hurt me. But the thing is, I feel like we've had houses with weird exterior shapes, and they just have buffers.
I wish to be
for
cube.
air. No. We cannot put you into a cube and stack you. We only do that to women. Now let me see here. The thing that's getting me with this that I really like is we've had cube houses, and sometimes they would have like a wall that is just 90 degrees, and this is all blocked off. This very much extends to the edges at the corner pieces of the cubes. It is committing to the shapely shapiness. The wound camera? It's right over there. You got 2.51 meters of wound camera. This is terrible? What do you mean it's terrible? It's great. It's hip to be squared. Cube squared. Wohnkammer is living room. I was thinking it was probably living room, just from the location, you know? Now let's see. Is there anything I want to hover on? Because you can kind of extrapolate what's going on here. This is in central Rotterdam too? Yep, it says Rotterdam in the URL. Slanted goblin doors. Did I breeze? Yeah, it's a goblin. That's goblin. I'd take it for Gerblin. Gerblin. There goes. Okay. Now, otherwise... Look at that. They're all squared up, quite literally. You know what I mean? Can I get access to this? Can I skitter around? Commoners! Get out! Or else I'll sick my boys on you. Look at this. They have no idea. Slapcomer? These slaps. Okay. Oh no. We got renders in here?
Slapkamer.
This bangs. This slaps. Okay. Now. Oh! Wait, are we just getting one of these? Are we just getting one? I thought we were getting all of them. Holy fuck! What on earth? Wow. Squad goals. They multiplied. You ever seen these before? I have not. I thought we just had a little circle of them. There's so many. Look at it. Look at it. Oh my God, they're taking everything over. We're in trouble, gang. We're screwed. Oh my God. Yeah, burging. It's burging all over the place. 450 kroners. Wow. Wow. That's crazy. Hang on. I'll tuck this away for later. I need to get some pictures to jump scare people with. Where am I at on time? 25 minutos. I'll toss this into chat as well, since I'm speeding past it. Okay. Specifically since non-Zillow, non-US listings, there's sometimes some extra places for looking at stuff. And I feel like I'd speed past them. Let me see here. Do I want to show this guy? Maybe. You could probably wait a week. I think I want to show... Yeah, this one's 26 photos. I could do this, then I can go to the final house. Can I... Whoops, that does full screen. That's not going to work. Okay. Let me... The presentation is a little strange here. This is in Toronto. We're in Toronto right now. Okay. So. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. We got them acrylic chairs. See to sacrifice this game or last? It was last. It's this game now. Blammo. And excessive wood. We already burned that. We have burned excessive wood. Too much. Too much. Uh-huh. I see. I see. This isn't too big of a place. It is quite modest, I believe. Is this another apartment? I feel like I've gone months without grabbing apartments for sale, but today there's been a shitload of them. Like, it's crazy. Uh-huh. What am I looking at here? Awful choice of wood. Yeah, it's kind of all over the place. Not too crazy about it, to be honest. And then suddenly, here's your washing basin. This is not this is not a, what is the word? This is not for a pond. This is an actual tub. Barncore in downtown Toronto? Yeah, huh? Apparently. Now, what is up with this wall? Sorry for hitting them. I shoulder checked the microphone. It looks like this is painted and slightly distressed along this perimeter. Okay.
There might have been a Marilyn in the previous pic.
Was there? I don't see furnishings. Like, I don't see any wall furnishings. Far left. And this guy? Or a different one? No. Down. Let me see. Not this one. Oh! Who are you? Wow. Good snipe. I'll take it. That is number 5. We are down to like one other house after this guy, though. So I'll probably just let this game tick along, okay? We will definitely not be able to close out another game, frankly. Oh. What's this? Hang on. Chair there. Is this a desk? I think it's a desk. Go left, open window. We're not in Zork anymore. That was a couple listings back. And a pissoir. Boy. Why would you have this near a wall that has open... This wood isn't sealed. Look at this. This is not sealed wood, and you've got it in here, in the splash zone. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. Piss wood. It's sealed with something. Gosh. Yeah? As a housekeeper, that wood has piss on it 1,000%. It is. They'd say, oh, well, there's a perimeter, there's a rim. It's like, no. That's going to get there. And you got a shower, co-op shower. I'll do baffling shower. Bip. Pardon me. Some repeat angles and photos, I think. Okay. Anything else? There's Marilyn again. Gamer lights for my backsplash. Okay. Yeah, she doesn't want to be here either. She stepped in the restroom to freshen up and saw the urinal and just went, ugh, one of these fucking places, huh? What machine was that? I assumed it was something for... coffee or something? I was hoping to speed past it because I wasn't totally sure, and I thought a bunch of people would immediately know what it is. Pretentious coffee bullshit. Yeah, that was my guess, honestly. Boy. The thing that gets me with this wood is they always get this rustic wood that has this right here, this dishing you see, this whole aesthetic. This is from like a really rough planing machine, and that's often why they have it, yeah, saw blade mark. This is why they have it tied into like a lot of older, quote-unquote older aesthetics. Because it could be saw blade, it could also just be a very extremely rough planer. And they have this ringing, this dishing look to it. And it's always just, I look at it and I know it's rough lumber, and just it looks so bad. But the people are like, oh yeah, that's the aesthetic I want. I'm just like, really? Really? Anyway. 2 million smackers, Canadian. Whoop. Whoa. Ontario. Whoop. My God. Fall in love with the best of Yorkville Corner Unit 200 soft balcony view. Shopping in the city. Money. Spending upgrades and renovations. Great condition with all furniture. Electrical charger in parking. Steam shower. Oh, we've got some locals who are aware, I suppose. Square footage is somewhere around 1,500 square feet, roughly. Wow. Yeah, 1,400 to 1,599. So, wow. That's just a pretty okay-sized apartment. That's crazy. Not local, just know the city well enough. 2 million Canadian Queen notes? Could be. Okay, 17 minutes. That's enough for this dude. Do this here. Pull some of this. All right. So... Welcome to the 1999 Oh boy. We ain't going to the 1990s though. I'm afraid not. Oh boy. We got a themed location for an increasingly diminished, aging population. Oh. Let the good times roll. I see. Artist house. You got P on your walls. Piano keys. Pick it up. Okay, so when I scrubbed through this, I remember now that I get to this photo. In my memory, I thought this was like a Rat Pack themed place with stylized art. Then I got in here and remembered, oh wait, actually.
Pick it up.
I will not.
It up.
I'm in the middle of this.
Pick it.
Pick it? Pick it where? I was thinking for a second before I saw this art and remembered. I was thinking it was just Rat Pack themed or 50s, 60s actually even. But I'm looking at it now, I'm like, actually no. I forget what era this is aiming for. But it's got one of these lip couches. Okay. Oh! Hold on. That's a Palico. That's a Munhun. Look at him. You better not let that fucking table down, you little bastard. We got woman pillow. Okay. Loft. Another lip-shaped pillow. Okay. Huh. Whoops. Very lively colors on these walls. Velvet lips make you want to die. Well, don't worry. I don't think this one's made out of velvet. Oh. Well, at least it's not the boob mouse, or not the. At least it's not the boob wallpaper. I almost said boob mouse pad because that's what clicks together the most. The boob wallpaper is still new though. Man, we haven't seen a boob mouse in one of these in a hot minute. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Boob mouse.
I will not get you that mouse pad, young man. You're too young. Suddenly, disco. Disco and also a decorative load-bearing pole, of course. Boy. Okay, this listing has to have urinals in the bathroom, right? It's gotta. We've gotta find a urinal somewhere in here.
But they're ergonomic.
No. Darts? 500 yen. No, only allowed to have the Bubsy mouse pad. I refuse. That's another mannequin. Wait, the mannequin has a disco ball head. Oh my god. That's like an ascended one. That's scary. Wow. No, that's scary. Huh. The ideal woman. She can do anything. She can party. She can get all dressed up and go to town. Does entire house count as tchotchkes? I don't think tchotchkes. The disco room makes me wonder, is this AI generated? Not that I don't think it is. There's stuff that's contiguous and consistent from photo to photo. There's that shower backdrop that we saw. This is real. Yeah, I'm grabbing you by the back of your head and turning your face into this. This is real. Don't look away. Fiance? Oh. Huh. Fiance? I'm the sassy bridesmaid. Buy me a shot. I'm tying the knot. Same penis forever. I sneezed on the beat and the beat got sicker. Uh-huh. Play that funky music. Uh-huh. Well. Wow. Okay. Yep. I was gonna say before I got mentally derailed, this
Beer
isn't...
pong game table.
This is labor of quote-unquote love. Not in the wholesome way, though. No. Asheville. Is that where this is located? Yep, Asheville, North Carolina. Huh. Okay. Whatever happens between consenting adults, as I always
Wanna
say.
do beer pong while people throw darts near our heads?
Wow, how romantic. What's up with this ball chair? What's up with them balls? That's weird. You get crumbs caught in a couple of those. Glitter, glam, and casino vibes. I'm starting to feel like this house is like a budding alcoholic. I don't know. Huh. Beers before something? Bachelorette party Airbnb? Maybe. There is a wall phone. Have I done old world tech? I forget. I have. Okay. Brew before I do. Yeah, that's probably what it says. The land of the sky. French bread? What? Huh. Yeah, there it is. I see. You haven't called game tables or wall art. Have I not? What was the game table? Did I miss a game table somewhere? Many wall paintings. Yeah, that's fair. There is the paintings. Did I miss beer pong in that room with all the disco balls? I thought someone just made a beer pong joke because of all the booze stuff everywhere. Let me see. You haven't done Michael's? Fair enough. Let me do this guy. Okay. Let's see. Oof. It's got one of those fucked up chairs, too. This is one of those situations where there's no graceful way to get out of this chair. Look at this. All right. Whoa, what the? Do you think I'm sexy? Huh? Man. Hang on, I need to lock this away for jump scaring. Good God. Let me, What are these lights even plugged into? It's hidden somewheres up there, and it could very well be behind this Y, and it snakes in here. Who knows? It's referencing a Rod Stewart song. I don't care what it's referencing. It's a neon sign above the shitter, directly on the ceiling. You know? Huh. I'm gonna leave the cropping about the same, by the way, guys. Just because I don't know if it's gonna do weird resolution stuff again. There's a wire going to the light. Yeah. Oh, that's a leg. That's a butt. That's a butt. Okay. It also pointed the wrong direction to see the turn. Whoa. Slay all day. Buh! I see. Ooh, it's got one of these chairs. Oh, what the hell, man? What the hell? God. What are those cuck stools? I don't know. These all got little squiggly... What is this? The B is for Bachelorette. Okay, we're already done cuck chair. I think we've done most redeems, honestly. Oh! I'm being watched. Don't even know how you sit on it. Gosh, this is going to be a miserable thing, honestly. Oh. Okay. Anything else in the restroom? No. A lot of shit on the walls. Yeah? Okay. Another bedroom. Oh, this is made out of one of those little drop a penny type things you'd see at the Taco Bell and all that shit. That same sort of acrylic color. Is this a... Oh no! Oh no! The disco ball was out in the direct sun for too long, guys. Party's canceled. Pack it in. Pack it in. It's canceled. It's a school night, okay? Whoa. Suddenly we got Fry Guys up here. Where the fuck is this? They skinned some disco balls to make these pillows as well. Huh. Whoa. That's weird. Okay. Wow. Pop art. Okay. Oh, that's a barn door. Jesus. Let me do this guy. Okay, okay. Huh. Huh. I see. I see. It is almost 1.7 million smackers in Asheville, North Carolina. Anything fun here? Includes a neon lit lounge with DJ station.
That's the room with the stripper pole.
Karaoke setup, poker table, and arcade gaming area. Rare combination of location, capacity, rooftop views, and curated entertainment space. The property offers exceptional income potential. Oh. Costs nearly 3 times the cost of the Japanese castle. The only castle in Japan. And it only costs that little. That's crazy, right? Man. Shit's wild in the market, guys. Anyway. This is 100% flooded during Helene. Did it? Raid messages that. Yeah, greetings from the only castle in Japan. Now let me see. I don't have a plan for the coming week. I don't think I'll be streaming on Friday since last week was kind of an unusual occurrence. Now let me see here. Is there somebody I've not chucked y'all at in a minute? I know Maz is going. She might be wrapping up soon. I see Bug is on. Let me search near the bottom. Oh, I know Vox is doing a marathon for her birthday. Yeah. Let's raid to Vox, okay? Haven't caught her in a bit. Okay, you got the raid message. Go ahead and windmill slam that in there. I gotta go cook stuff before it gets too late. Thank you for coming, y'all. Have a good week. Stay safe. Let me know if you hear anything about that castle. I'm curious. The castle from 1991, that is. That's the thing getting me. It's a castle from 1991. Oh, anyway, scram. I'm hitting the button. Goodbye.